What's up, guys? It's your boy Big Flex and your co-host FTL Reptile Levi. I was gonna say Levy, but
You're a fucking idiot. Anyways, so welcome in, everyone. Welcome to the show. We're gonna do what we do. We got some USARK updates for y'all. Well, one very, very important one in specific. We are going to focus on the New Mexico travel ban today. The latest update was yesterday at 1:30 p.m. Location was the state capitol building. There will be comments taken via Zoom and phone. The important takeaway from that is to get involved on the USARK's website. They have what to do, email legislators, fax and mail letters, attend hearings and voice opposition if possible. Share this and encourage others to complete the alert. You can bill text, bill full details, send emails. They have the email already drawn out, so simple copy and paste. For those that can't write a lawful letter, remember we need to come correct. Proper functionality. Thank God I'm not writing the letters. Proper spelling, proper etiquette, the whole 9 yards. That goes into that. Make sure you come correct before addressing the government. Again, we'll shout out Vanessa. I can't do that enough with her taking over as administrative director. Again, when you think of somebody you want to idolize in this hobby, Vanessa is that person. She has fought to get the word out there for USARK. Again, she, I believe, is still in Washington for the expo. Might be leaving or back already. Say what's up to her at your local expo. Hit her up on Instagram. Hit her with a follow. Say thank you for all the good work that she does. If you see her in expo, tell her what's up. And thank you, again, in person for all the hard work that she puts in for USARK and the hobby overall. My Arizona peeps, you know where to find her. Go say what's up. And that's about it. We got
shout out to the sponsors. Oh, I'm not wearing my hat, but I'll go get it. White intro's playing. There it is.
Reptile Crew. You're looking for some sick reptile merch, go hit up our boys Reptile Crew. Links in the link is in my link tree in the description and on my Instagram. Then we're going to shout out CMB, Arizona's own local captive bred animals. Again, selectively picked to be on display for sale at the shop. Just one off the top of my head that's always going to come to mind. Shout out Pied His Life. If you're local, looking to not travel to the East Valley, hit up the West Side, go see CMB, see what Zach's got cooking over there. Let's do this.
Ready? On that note, let's get going.
Best piece of advice I got from anybody, which was my very first big homie in the game, my homie Victor, love you, dog. You have to be diverse, bro. Like, you have that. And you know, people say, well, you know, it's hard to be diverse. Well, then, okay, then that's a bigger reason to be diverse. Like, hello, like, if someone says it's difficult to do something, then imagine if you can do it. That means you are ahead of something. And the reason why people say it's so difficult to do more than one species is because the attention span.
And what's up, everybody? Welcome to Sexin Flexin Live Saturday. And
What
see what
up?
they did. Then we got FTL Reptiles, we got Levi, and then of course the one and only MJ. So
Yeah, what
guys,
up? Can you guys hear me okay?
yeah, we
Yes,
good.
sir.
All right, what's good, everyone? How you guys living?
We
Yeah,
living.
man, good. It's been a ride so far. It's been
Can I just say how sick that intro is, though? Wow, I'm not gonna lie, that was hard as fuck.
Thank you. Appreciate
Props.
that. I switched it up last minute too. I've been trying to get those dragons right since the first time we used it, and I don't know what clicked over the last few days, but something was just like, bam, put it on the end, and it was like a sigh of relief. I was like, oh my god, I don't look like an idiot.
No, man. Props to you. I got to say also, congrats on your guys' sponsors. I don't think you got sponsors the first time I was on this show, and I see that the way you platform your sponsors. I feel like anyone out there. Here's the thing: there's a lot of people that want to support us podcasters, right? And almost anyone, I feel like you go to the right person who wants to support what we do, and they'll sponsor you. But I feel like it's your job to make sure you let the people know that this is your sponsor, and the way you displayed your sponsors right now gave me goosebumps. That's awesome. Reptile Crew, I think they're awesome what they're doing, and then it's C&B, right? C&B Reptiles, or dude, fucking dude's home. That what's his? Remind me his first name again.
Bill,
And then his wife is. Do you know his wife's name?
Dana.
Bill and Dana, man, those two are awesome people. I got the pleasure of meeting them. He has quite the story too. I got to tell you, but Bill is definitely on my hit list to come on my show. So I'm just gotta say, man, congratulations on the sponsors, guys. That's huge, and also good on you guys on how you platform your sponsors. Give them all the love in the world because they're literally putting food on your table, and that's how it should be. It should just be a lot more than just like you putting them on a thumbnail. You know what I mean? Like you guys should really be repping them because that's kind of what's gonna get you guys to the next level.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. That means a lot, and it's. The one thing, speaking about sponsors and CMB, Reptile Crew meant a lot at the beginning, and they will always stay with us because they were the first major sponsor that we picked up. But CMB is like, it's a personal connection with me and Bill because I've known Bill for years now. I've been going to that shop. I've been riding for him. So for us to be able to like come together on a business relationship was incredible. I don't know if you heard, but me and Bill have partnered up on the potential world's first. There's another breeder that may beat us to it, is what it is. But the first super dwarf G-stripe.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've got
like 50% or what? Or like we're talking like how big of a percentage is that? Are we looking at?
37.5 Calato.
Okay, nice.
And Eric Lee has proven the 37.5s can be huge or they can be stupid small. It's weird how all that works.
Yeah, the numbers. I mean, from what I've regardless how you want to look at these super dwarf numbers, I was always told that like the quote unquote cutoff is 50%. But I mean, dude, like Eric Lee has done, and many others, like there's been other quote unquote super dwarfs, the locality super dwarfs that are fucking tiny. It just really depends. But it's just like humans, like. Also, there's certain ball pythons that aren't even as big as others. Like everything comes in different sizes, and when we're talking about a snake that big, of course there's going to be smaller versions of it. Well, the thing is, does it have the bloodline of small snakes? Like, is that what it's doing? Is giving you nothing but small snakes? And I think somebody like Eric Lee, which Eric Lee's hands down one of my favorite, if not my favorite, super dwarf breeder in the game. Like especially because everyone goes straight to Garrett Hartle because how monster of a marketer Garrett Hartle is. Like nobody has marketing like Garrett Hartle other than I feel like Justin Kabelka and Eric Lee. I don't want to say he slept on because if you're in the super dwarf game, who Eric Lee is. But if you were to ask like a new ball python breeder who Eric Lee is, they're gonna be like I don't know who that is. But for the most part, any ball python people know who Garrett Hartle is. You know what I mean? So Eric Lee is. If you don't know who Eric Lee is, he just started a Instagram, Snow King on IG. Make sure you go follow him. That's my dog. Seriously, one of my best mentors in the super dwarf game. He lives 20 minutes, no less than. He lives 15 minutes away from me, which is fucking an awesome thing to have somebody that close to you. I've gone paddleboarding with him and his wife. Like it's like, dude, Eric Lee's the man, bro. Seriously, I love Eric Lee. Shout out to Eric Lee.
Oh yeah, that was outside of you, Billy. He's been one of the biggest to date, and I mean one of my most anticipated. hearing him on your podcast is what got me headfirst into the super dwarfs, and from there it was like everything Eric Lee. I actually found Garrett after I found Eric Lee because of the podcast you did with him.
Yeah. I have to thank one of my old school buddies, Andrew Acevedo. He's kind of was like my introduction to like the super dwarf game. He bred me pretty well as far as like who to follow, who not to follow, and whatnot. I don't talk to him as much as I used to, unfortunately, but he like literally paid the wave as far as like knowing who legit breeders are in the SD retic game. And even in just look, because one thing I loved about Andrew is so real, and he hates the term super dwarf because super dwarf is really just a marketing, it's like a sales tactic. That's all it is. It's kind of like Hypo and Orange Ghost. I mean, Hypo and Orange Ghost in the ball python game, they go together perfect. They kind of have like a different spice to them when you put them together, but still, it's still a Hypo, you know what I mean? And in this shit, these snakes are small because where they remotely come from, like it's the islands and the chain of islands that they come from, which make them so small. The food source is limited out there, and the items they eat are a lot smaller, so these animals just stay smaller. But you could get a super dwarf and turn it into a mainland no problem throughout a couple breeding sessions. Like it all depends how you feed these things, and these things can get really small or they can get really big. Now the thing with these here's the thing, like Garrett Hartle and even Eric Lee, right? Like when you go to Eric Lee's house and you look at his 80% and his high 80% super dwarfs, bro, they're tiny. Like it looks like a damn children's python. Like it's tiny. Like it's scary tiny. It's like, what? Like, bro, it's like a smaller ball python hatchling. I'm not kidding. So I just know that the true bloodline of these locality snakes is a legit thing. Like there's like these will stay small because where they come from, but if you feed them right and you keep them on that regiment, they'll stay tiny forever. And I don't mean tiny, but compared to a mainland, that shit's tiny. Like if you go look at Eric Lee's and Garrett Hartle's like adult super dwarfs, like especially they're 100% pures, like they're locality pures, they're small, bro, compared to what you could work with, and they're very doable for one person, and that's one thing I love about these kind of projects with the retics, because it's a doable project for one person, compared to these bigger snakes that could really do damage, man. And I mean damage, and like I said, I love the big snakes, but they're just not for everyone.
No, respect. Absolutely. It's my mental behind the super dwarf is I hope I guess we could say dwarf. I had that mental for a long time after listening to Eric, and then I got hooked back into the sales, because you look at the berms, right? The dwarf berms that are out there. There's not a super dwarf Burmese. There's just a dwarf Burmese.
Right.
Getting into the dwarf retics is critical to me because I want to see the mainland become so unpopular it becomes exclusive. There's only a select amount of breeders working with them. They're more difficult to get your hands on. I want to see them be more like the green tree pythons, the emerald tree boas, where it's this very exclusive group of people working with them in the high numbers, taking care of them, and them not as open to the general public to where they're $100 on a table at an expo.
I mean, I've already seen it kind of turning that way right now. Like I see a lot less people getting into retics coming new into this. It's something you don't see. You don't see people start a new retic page. Think about it. You know what I mean? And I think that's a good thing, because not everyone's cut for this shit. And you got people who, like us humans, tend to get ahead of ourselves, and you don't want to get ahead of yourselves with retics. You don't want to get in a position where you are like, okay, I'm going to breed all 12 of these, and then all 12 of them go, and then you have over 200 eggs to worry about. You know what I mean? Or even more than that. So yeah, man, Eclipse, I just saw it. Retics is something you just definitely want to. It's a niche thing, I feel like, and lately throughout the last decades of years, it's been a popularity thing. But I'm telling you right now, man, motherfuckers are gonna find out. They're gonna find out on the wrong day, and it's already happened. So, but yeah, I love, it was unfortunate when I got rid of all my mainlands, but I love what I work with super dwarf wise, and even though my female laid 42 goddamn eggs, that's a lot of eggs. And she was a big girl when she laid them. She's still pretty big now, but I'm good. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I could tell you when my holdback females are ready to breed, I'll find a new home for her, and she'll be the biggest, like the last biggest snake I've ever kept. You know what I mean? Which she's about 12 feet. She's still big size for a 50% super dwarf. You know what I mean? But I fed the shit out of her, because if you didn't feed the shit out of her, she would push. She's one of these snakes that just loved to push if she was hungry. And if you didn't feed her heavy, she was not sitting still. And so I fed the living shit out of her, which I didn't know it was going to turn her into this, and it did. So, but it's all good. She's good. She's a healthy girl. Laying 42 clutches. I ain't mad. You know what I mean? That's. I'm looking forward to getting those things hatched out for sure.
I'm like, congrats! I saw that, man. Congratulations.
That's a lot of eggs, man. I'm telling
For
you,
real, I was like,
eggs.
damn.
And you know, and even compared to retic, like normal mainland eggs are gigantic. They're even bigger than super dwarf eggs, but these eggs were still pretty big. I mean, and you know, they were all clumped up together. I mean, I would say majority of them were clumped up together, and it was just scary holding that many eggs at once. Like I was like, holy shit, I want to put these down. It's like holding a bunch of balloons that are glued together. You know what I mean? It's kind of a trip. So, but yeah, man, it's and that was a split clutch with Eric Lee. Shout out to Eric Lee for collabing with me on that one. But I'm looking forward to him taking his half, and I'll take my half. You know what I mean? And call it a day. Shout out to Eric.
Respect.
Yeah,
no, that's awesome on that on the numbers and the potential that you have. What was the pairing for that?
So it was a marble tiger anery, marble tiger anery 50% Kalatoa to a platinum het anery 50% Kalatoa. So I'm looking to hit marble tiger platinum aneries 50% Kalatoas, which from what I've heard no one's done yet. Eric Lee has not hit that yet, so yeah. And I have 42 chances. So I'm just hoping we get a few, you know, or not even a few. Like, give me two, one for each of us. That'd be great. I'd be so happy with that, or just one. But I get it. Sorry, Eric.
It might be too late in the process, bro. But I feel like you're gonna have to give a call to Zach Sumter for him to come over there and rub that clutch for you. I don't know what the hell.
He has luck. He has skills like that, or what?
Okay. He didn't talk about the triple visual on your show, did he?
He did. Yeah, he did. I mean, he didn't.
He
didn't tell me what he did. He didn't do anything. I don't know if you remember. If I remember him talking about anything that he did special to get that. Like,
he doesn't need to do anything. There's a reason I call him the odds god, man. It was a triple het to a triple het, and he hit two visuals on that clutch. It's like, who the fuck does that?
So I do. Okay, listen. In the beginning, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. But
you're good.
In the beginning of wanting to start a collection or get into the game, I was very weary about the het thing, right? And so, you know, just because I'm like, oh, you know, like the chances or the numbers, right? But then I remember my homie Elijah, shout out to Elijah Armis from Juggernaut Reptiles, but Elijah posted something on Facebook where he went head to head. He had 8 eggs and all 8 were visuals, and he got all visuals on a head to head. And I was like, what? And so that's why I was like, dude, first and foremost, hets are where they're at because it depends who they come from. If you get a het from a legit motherfucker, you get a het from a Miguel, a Levance, a Mark Bailey, you know, a Marshawn Morphs. I could go down the list. There's so many people you could get 66% or 100% hets from that are so worth getting. You know what I mean? And you could get them at the right price, beyond the right price. And, you know, and because if you really think about it, for what I look at, anything I produce, I look to hold back at least. There's one snake out of that clutch I'm dying to have. So, you know what I mean? Like if my odds are needing that one snake out of 9-10 eggs, and then I'm willing to take that gamble. You know what I mean? I don't mind. You know, I always think hets are where they're at. I'm a big believer in hets, especially if you ain't got that visual money. I mean, I know I still don't have that visual money. That visual money is just stupid. It's like, and I'm talking if you want double recessive visuals and triple recessive, like, bro, you're gonna go broke so quick. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's why you just slow grow it and you know, invest in the hets, man. Invest in hets for sure, all day.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. But with Zach, man, the thing with him, it's not just the triple visuals. It's every damn clutch this dude hatches out has the odds in it. Almost every, I don't think there's been a clutch where Zach's been like, shit, I didn't hit the odds. It just, he's got that luck with him, man. That's what I'm saying. He's got to rub that clutch for you, so you hit it.
Dude, I feel like I got some of that Zach power, bro, because I always get what I want out of a clutch. I'm telling you, every time, like, you know, I mean, there's times where I wish I had more visuals, right? But I got that one visual I wanted. You know what I mean? I love the ball python game, man, and I'm not going to sit here and say it's a breeze. Like, you know, after a while working with numbers of ball python clutches, you do run into those eggs that don't make it or whatever the fuck, the deformity here and there. It is something you have to work around. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But it's very limited on how much you're really dealing with that if you're doing things right. Like I could count on two hands how many deformities I've actually had out of 300-400 clutches that I've had, and like it's just okay. I don't think I've had that many clutches yet, have I? Let me think. No, I've had like maybe a couple hundred, I think, under my belt. I think I went way overreacting on that. I've only had like about a couple hundred under my belt now, I think, throughout the last 3-4 years, I think. Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Damn.
Wait. Wait. Hold on. I think that's even overdoing it. I'm doing the math in my head. Hold on, because last year I had Hey, I'm tripping, guys. Hold on. I'm putting myself on a pedestal where I shouldn't be on right now, and I'm gonna check myself. Hold on. So my very first year was 7. The year after that was 13, and then last year was 26. So not even close. Hold on. 13, 26, 7. So that's 46. Oh my god. Damn, I said a couple hundred. You know what I was thinking is a couple hundred eggs. Like I'm thinking the eggs. I was thinking I'm dead serious. I don't know why I was thinking that many numbers, but I'm thinking how many eggs I've cut open and how many stuff that's hatched out over, 40 something plus clutches, which I had my clutches average about 7 to 8 eggs. You know what I mean? So I was kind of honest there. Yeah, that's a trip. Sorry.
Oh shit, we're in trouble. Nicole's in the chat.
Who? Oh dang! All right. Well, no more I'm gonna keep it cordial. I'm just kidding. What's up, Nicole?
We're not bashing Maylands, I promise.
I am. Aliens are not for. I feel I got shout out to Dingo. I don't know if Dingo will listen to this podcast, probably not. But Dingo hit me up last night, like, bro, like what, like, because I went in a little bit about how, like, I don't feel like venomous should be kept on the private sector. I really don't, unless you're somebody established and you have whatever. Here's the thing, it's only because I don't like how easy it is that any fucking buddy could get their hands on a venomous. You know what I mean? And it's like, if it's that easy to get, it's that easy to mess up. And if I had this room, like, let's just say I lived in Texas and I could have venomous and I want to have the venomous. Let's say my wife was cool with me having venomous and half this shit was venomous. I would have been bitten so many times because that's just what happens. You fuck up. And once I kept noticing that mistakes were going to happen, I was like, can I really afford a venomous bite? Me personally, no, I cannot. I don't think here's the thing. I don't care how baller you are. I don't care what your resources are. I don't care how rich you are. Nobody could afford a venomous bite. That snake can't afford that bite. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like why even fuck with something like that? It even goes with like, why should anyone own a tiger? You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of level. Like I love a tiger. I don't want to take tigers out of shout out to Mario, but Mario's not I don't look at him as a private kid. Like this guy Mario has worked with animals his whole life, and he's like on a whole zoo level type with that shit. So he's like a different breed, and I feel like the same with venomous keepers like Dingo, who is one of my favorite venomous handlers, man. This guy's the man, and when I said that comment about the private sector, I wasn't talking about Dingo. Like, no, hell no. I would hate for people like Dingo to have to like turn their animals over if that were ever the case. Like, that's definitely not what I meant when I said I would make that the law. I'm just saying, like, I wish I could invent a grandfather clause for people who are doing it right and, you get inspected and you got a license showing that you do it right. But then I'm saying any noobs, like if you're just coming into this, I don't think, I mean, you can get mad at me all you want, but I don't think any noobs should be keeping venomous or even.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say because I don't know. Like I've kept venomous and I fucking love them, man. Like I had a speckled rattlesnake that I literally could not keep my hands off of, like, and my wife was like, dude, stop touching it. And I was like, all right, I promise I will. And I just couldn't. And I know there's other people out there like that. And I never, see here, I never did it for content. I was never making out with it. I was never doing anything like how a lot of these lames are doing. Like, that's what I can't stand is when a lame is taking advantage that he can't have a rattlesnake and like, look at me. Like, it's like, bro, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, that's kind of just like, that's the problem. But, God bless, man. At the end of the day, people are going to do them. Let them do them. I'm not here to shame anyone no more. And that even goes to feeding videos, man. You want to feed, you want to build a platform of doing live feeding videos and having it all be this thing. God bless you. Whatever. I mean, do whatever you got to do. You know what I mean? I'm not bashing nobody. You know what I mean? Unless I see that you are a neglector to animals or something, then I'm gonna have a reason not to like you. But other than that, go do your thing. I ain't gonna judge no more, man.
Man, I'm not for feeding videos, but I mean, like you said, MJ, go do your thing.
Yeah, because like I said, who knows who I would be if it wasn't for Forrest and the people out who influenced me, because I used to do live feeding videos, and I just, as much as I used to go hard on a certain individual on live feeding videos, I was kind of being a hypocrite. I just feel like he just wasn't fortunate enough to have the right mentorship to kind of convince him not to do something like that, and he just is doing his thing, and he's on his own pedestal, and that's cool. That's what I'm saying. Go, if you found something that you're good at and you found something that fulfills your purpose and it makes you happy, then fuck everyone else. Seriously, fuck everyone else. Do your thing, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. No, I feel it. And honestly, I reached out to Derek and I started talking to him recently just because there was a lot of growth going on in the industry. And I was like, you know what? I want to get firsthand perspective of a couple of things that were completely away from your podcast and his. And he's moving away from it on his own terms. He kind of came to terms with it. There was a handful of people that came to him, was like, hey, look, this isn't working, man. It's not something that we could do and say that we support USARK. Like, it's hypocritical. And I guess he saw the light, so he's going to stop, which is great. And I just want to shout him out for that, at least. Thank you for hearing everyone out.
Dude, I didn't know that. Yeah, and listen, mind you, I here, MJ knows I'm coming from a recovery of going in on motherfuckers, and that's just what I do. But God bless. And I didn't go, like, back when I had no reason not to go in on him about why are you doing live feeding videos. I put like a motherfucking man. I called him and said, listen, the same way someone put me on, I'm trying to put you on right now. And you can either take this for what it is, or you could take it thinking I'm just trying to hate on you. And that's it. And unfortunately, he thought it was like, oh, you're just hating on me. And boom, he hangs up. You know what I mean? And so I took it, like, once I was seeing it was backfiring on him, and he was trying so hard to be a part of this community, meaning people who don't post live feeding videos, but then do his thing. Like, he was realizing, like, you can't double dip, bro. Like, you can't expect to just do something that a lot of us, majority of us, are against, and think, well, I'm gonna just build this platform and yeah, I can still be cool with everyone, and I can wear Cold-Blooded Cafe shirts, a Frozen Thawed company, when you're doing live feeding videos. That's so contradicting, you know what I mean? And it's almost like a trolling in a way. It's like, you know what I mean? And so, I don't know. I took a lot of that the wrong way, and so I don't know. Like, I just, at the end of the day, I can't be a hypocrite. If that's what anybody wants to do for content, God bless you. Go ahead and do your thing. Doesn't affect me. I mean, it doesn't have no effect on what I have going on, so why should I care so much? And that's why I even, I said that with Donnie on the show with Donnie. Shout out to my boy Donnie, and I was just like, hey, bro, like, I want nothing. Like, I kind of felt like I want something bad for Derek, but I don't want bad for him. I don't want bad for anybody. Like, I don't want, like, I if he found something he's good at, God bless him. Go do your thing, bro. But just don't expect to be loved by doing something that a lot of us aren't cool with. You know what I mean? And because at the end of the day, I mean, we got, I don't know, like there's people out there really working with animals to where they could display their animals. They don't need to display something dying and commentary behind the dying and the, you know, all that shit that comes with it. You know what I mean? Either way, everybody, everyone wants to be somebody, man. And that's all it is. I don't give a fuck who, even myself, everybody wants to be somebody. And so he found something that where he felt he was somebody. And I'm not going to lie. I there was times when he was starting this and I was saying like, who's encouraging this? Like I would go in the comments and be like, who the fuck is enjoying this? And it was all these people I've never heard of or ever seen. They're just random fucking like people, sick people. Like they're just random sick people who really enjoy it. And it's like, man, you know what I mean? But that's like, there's a community out there for that. And it's just not my community, bro. But listen, do your thing. That's everyone do their thing. And I wish everyone the best. I really wish everyone success in 2023. I know we're already in February, but listen, don't listen to nobody if you're fulfilled. Amen.
Nah, for sure. I feel you. And, you know, same thing. I hope for everyone to prosper and succeed. You know, if you are doing live feeding videos out there, I don't support it. I never will. I'm not going to jump in your comments and give you a thumbs up. I'm not going to like your video, but do you? I ain't going to bash you. You know, I stand for USARK and responsible keeping, and that's just not a part of it. But for him to step up and say he's going to quit, you know, helps USARK, helps the image of the hobby. Respect to him.
Talk is cheap.
I was going to go somewhere.
Hey, talk is cheap though. Let's just like, you know what I mean? Like it's easy to say you're going to do something, just so you know.
True. Actions speak louder than words.
Like it'd be one thing if he did it already and said, "Listen, I did it," but like it's on his terms. Okay, so that means I could just be a dickhead until I feel like it's on my terms to not grow. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. But anyways,
no, for sure, I feel it.
I hope he sees the light.
On the live feeding videos, you brought up a good point I wanted to talk about real quick. You said sickness. It truly is though. Like I hope people that do live feeding videos and put death on camera, that people are watching it and cheering it and making comments about it being, you know, whatever it is, like you're feeding into somebody's mental illness. I hope you understand that. That's not natural in any way, shape, or form for us to enjoy death. Pick up a psychology book. It's in like the first few chapters of it. Anything traumatizing that we watch is just harmful to us, our emotion, our body. Like it's not.
Especially if you keep animals yourself, like it's like what? Like, bro, it's a living thing. Like it literally took a toll on me when I was breeding rats. I was falling in love with these rats, and I had to feed these rats off at a certain point. I'm not here to be a rat collector, you know, but I would also wait for these rats to get to small and medium size. But then I'm like, dude, we've known each other for like the fucking last like 3 months. You're my boy. Sorry. I would like have to wait until I'm in a bad mood to feed sometimes when I was breeding rats, bro. Like I was like, oh, I'm pissed. I need to go feed right now. Like right now is like I could do this right now. You know what I mean? Like that's how it came down to it. Like, and then like, here's the thing, like my dad, I love my dad, but my dad loves that shit. My dad, if I were to send a feeding video to my dad every day, he'd be like, fuck yeah. Like, that's my dad, bro. And my dad is that type of person who enjoys that shit. And then I even have a homie named Bo. Shout out to my homie Bo. But my homie Bo bought a snake for me like 2 years ago. And he's like, you keep it, we'll breed it here. And I'm like, okay, sure. You know, whatever. But then he's like, hey, send me a live feeding video. Like, I'm like, bro, you're a sick person. He's like, come on, send me one. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? So I don't want to say it's that uncommon, right? It's really not that uncommon, which is why he's doing so well on YouTube. And like I said, man, to get 50,000, I mean, if those aren't bought, and I don't know, I don't think he's that guy to buy subscribers, but
I don't think so either.
To get that many subscribers is very impressive. I don't give a fuck what you're, you know what I mean? So, I like I'm saying, if that was me, I'm blowing up on that shit. You ain't gonna tell me shit. So, listen, at the end of the day, you know, Derek, Derek's really not that off. He just cares more about one side of the spectrum of animals versus like the keeper side, which is us. Like, nah, we're cool with that. You know what I mean? We don't want none of that because it's just too normal for us. Like, yeah, we know how an animal and a snake eats, but it's more of it's sensational. Like, hello, to get big on YouTube, you have to be sensational. How sensational is it watching a snake eat something live every time? Like, that's gonna get Like, hello, like that's sensational. And but look at the sensational people in our hobby. They're not mostly liked, are they? Like, I love Barchek, but do you know, there are other people who have their feelings about Barchek.
Mhm.
Look at Jay, you know, and I'm not here to shit on Jay anymore either. Let that's another thing. Another person that I used to go in so hard on was Jay, and I'm not going to really apologize. The only thing I do want to apologize are like his daughters. Like, there's people who work under him or that are under him that are going to get the torch passed to him someday, and I feel like I would like to support them because they're fresh and whatnot, and hopefully things will turn at some point. But I don't want to bash prehistoric pets. You know, I want, you know, that's a legacy, and I hope it really turns for the best. I really hope that becomes an establishment that I could go to and all the homies could go to and we could link up, but it's really not right now, and that's what is really heartbreaking. But it could change, you know, things could change. And yeah, man, like, you know, I just hope people understand that they're capable of changing something they don't like about themselves, or if there's something about your life that isn't making you happy, then change it. Just change it. That's it.
Respect. No, that's crazy. That was the last person I thought you were going to let off that list, man. And I mean, until I see change, I'm not going to say anything on this one out of respect for the positivity you're trying to do and the positive that we are. But like every once in a while, it's going to slip. Like I can't remember how many shows ago I let it slip and went in on his ass again because I saw another video with an overweight retic. It's like, man, I can't. Like, I don't have words and emotion that I can put into it anymore. I'm just done with his ass. And it's the first thing that people see, man. He's the closest person to actual fame that we have. And it's like, where the fuck are you for USARK is first and foremost. Yeah. I hate to put the animal care behind it, but like that's kind of been a thing. But like, where are you at for USARK, bro? You've got literal famous people coming on your shit and you haven't said anything. Like, you were literally what we need to make this thing go. And you're not willing to do it, I don't have anything positive to say about that. I really don't.
But you know, we also don't know what he feels like that. Like, there's something at risk, I feel like, in his head that if he were to represent USARK, something's gonna happen to his content, and I feel like that's why he doesn't because understand it's a numbers game with him. Anything Jay puts out on his platform needs to outdo the previous post. If he puts out a USARK, that's gonna tank. Like, that is gonna fuck all his shit up because it's like awareness, which, yay, good job, that's what we need, but it's not attracting the people, like the live feeding video people. Like, hello, like, they don't give a fuck about USARK. Like, I'm not watching this shit. Like, he's not getting bit in the face. Oh, I'm good. I don't want to watch this. Show me if you're about to get swallowed by an alligator. That's what I want to watch. You know what I mean? And he stresses that, man. And listen, this is nothing against Jay, Barchek, all the people in those YouTube, that big, like I'm saying, like all these people who want to hate people in this YouTube world, you don't know where they're at because you don't know what kind of money they're making. They're making money that you will probably never see in your life, unfortunately. Not to flex on you guys, but these guys are seeing crazy type money, and when the money comes involved like that, it changes everything. That's why I love Barchek, because Barchek could easily be a Jay to me. And when I say by that, like, Barchek could be somebody who could have an establishment that does not back up what he puts out. And Barchek is all that. Barchek is the man, bro. Like, Barchek is the fucking man. And what I mean by that is, you want to say, wow, this guy's content is nonstop, it's next level. Go to the Reptarium and watch how next level that is, okay? It speaks volumes for everything. And you can't do that with Jay, you know what I mean? And so that's what it's like, well, nah, that's fucked up, you know? And so either way, like I said, things could change. Here's the thing about Jay. I've actually had lunch with him. I like Jay as a person. Like, Jay's not a bad person. He's actually a very interesting guy, man. He has a lot of things to talk about that are fucking like, wow, like he has stories, you know, he's an orphan and all sorts of shit, you know what I mean? And so it was very, like, other than what I experienced at Prehistoric Pets in 2019 or 18 or whenever the fuck that time was, having this guy right across from me eating food and hearing his stories and how he doesn't drink and all this stuff was like, wow. Like, it was one of those moments I'll never forget, because my boy Forrest, who was alive at the time, was right there next to me. We had other people just there, and it was like very like refresh. I remember calling my wife, "I'm like, babe, I'm sitting in front of Jay right now." Even after the fact, like, I like all that stuff that I experienced, I went home and started looking at the videos, and I was like, oh, And I was like, that's when it sunk into me. I'm like, dude, do you remember seeing that? And that's when I, everything started changing. But Jay, as a person, is a good person. You know what I mean? But that can only go so far if your animals aren't stellar. Your animals should be stellar, bro. Like, oh man, even some dog people piss me off. Like, some people should not keep dogs. Like, I feel like if you can't properly take care of a dog, you're probably not meant to have kids either. To be honest. I mean, that's how much I just love dogs. Dogs to me are like children. They're like fucking children to me. They're not asked to be here, but they want to be here for us. Dogs love nothing. Dogs only love one thing on this earth, besides maybe their companion or food, is their owner. Their job is to please their owner. What better fucking thing do you want in this world? You could be the biggest piece of shit in your day, come home and say, hey Poochie, and he's gonna love you because he don't give a fuck what you did. Like, I'm your best friend, and I feel like that's why some people are like off the rails, because they're like, well, my dog loves me, and I don't, they don't, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay, hold on, man, that's not kind of the same thing. Your dog doesn't know what you just did, so that's not fair. Anyways, I love dogs.
No, absolutely.
Listen, dude, highlight that comment for me, please. I say this all the time. 217 pythons. We don't deserve dogs, bro. We don't. Hey, honestly, we don't deserve these reptiles either. Us humans have fucked up so much, bro. And I'm not saying us. I'm saying if we were to look at this as a whole, us humans don't deserve so much shit, and that's the problem. We're destroyers, man. It's sad. It's sad, bro. Like, it's really sad how some people just don't give a fuck about animals. Like, and they're the most innocent ones here. More innocent than a baby is a fucking animal, bro. They're the what? Like, they got a, like, what is it? Not raped. I don't want to say rape. What is it? Kidnapped. They got kidnapped out of the wild, brought here, and now captive bred to the point where they're in these boxes. And I'm gonna do my best by them, but it's just sad, bro. Like, it's sad. Like, I don't know. Sorry for going off the deep end.
No, you're okay. No, that's what this shit's about, man. No, I completely fucking agree. I support you 100%. Anybody that disagrees with that statement is out their damn mind. The human race is a fucking virus, man. We are literally a virus on the face of this planet, and nobody can tell me otherwise. We infect and destroy the planet, animals, wildlife, you fucking name it. And anything that's been destroyed in the last million years has our fucking name all over it. Look at the Amazon tree forest. That's something nobody ever wants to talk about. What we're fucking doing to it as a human race. It doesn't matter who. It matters us as a race, as a population. Look at I am so bad right now. I couldn't tell you the 3 localities, but there are 3 localities of California king snakes that have been wiped out just due to our development.
Damn. And what's crazy to me is, like, is there really nobody in politics on that high of a level that cares as much as we do about animals? There has to be that one or two, or like that's the thing. Like, I wish I could tap into the government side, even though it's probably a dangerous thing to say, but like, I wish I could find who the biggest animal lovers are in the agency of the government and try to fucking talk to them and be like, what's the problem? Like what, like, don't you love the animals? Like, what can we do here? And, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's out of their hands. Like, it's a powerful thing, bro. Like, it's fucked up. Like, weed. Like, think about weed, marijuana, right? How motherfuckers are still locked up for that shit. There's still people who are not released from weed charges in the 90s, early 2000s, all because the government couldn't get their hands on the money. That's why, okay? And that's the same shit with meth and cocaine. If they could get meth and cocaine, which they're kind of almost figuring out, that's why they're making it legal in Oregon. There's places where they're like, hey, do your thing, man. Fuck it. As long as we could give you the needles and charge you for shit, all right, fine. I guess that's cool. It's so fucked up. Like, how fucked up is that? You know what I mean? So, I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, there's so much shit that the government can't control money-wise with animal sales, even though they're trying. Like, they're trying, right? But there's like, it's kind of like, I don't want to say we're meth dealers, but like, we have a product that the government can't really track and really keep tabs on because how much we produce of it ourselves. So like, and come on, how many of us are honest? I mean, there's really not that many. Like, yeah, people fucking claim taxes and shit, but I don't give a fuck. You don't claim everything. Let's be real. You don't claim if you're a breeder, you do not claim every dollar you make. Shut up. I'm not. Come on, I'm a hustler too. Let's relax, okay? You claim what you want to claim or what you have to claim to get by or whatever the fuck. But at the end of the day, the government knows they can't get all of it, and that's what they want. Government wants all of it. They want to tax it and then give you a portion, and that's it, you know. And so, and I think that's what's, you know, if we are headed to any direction, I feel like if USARK, not that they're gonna fail, but like if USARK keeps going through certain states and we're losing these legislation laws with a lot of these places, it's going to come back strict. It's going to come back to where they figured something out, like for instance, no PayPal sales or something, right? Or like no, like another thing, like PayPal, right? PayPal is not with us. PayPal is against us. PayPal does not fuck with animal sales whatsoever. That's why if you ever, for the most part, have a dispute, this is, well, you want to know something? I'm going to put you on game right now. I am so anti goods and services because when it comes to you, like let's say Levi, you buy a snake and you pay goods and services through PayPal, right? You get that snake, you call and say, hey, I need to do a claim. This isn't what I ordered and I needed whatever. Like let's say you dispute it. Well, that goods and services, automatically you win with that dispute. And then they go ask the seller for whatever proof. I can't tell you how many times I've showed proof, whatever they asked for, and they still didn't give me I still didn't win. Like they always give the refund. So the seller always loses. I'm telling you right now, and if anyone could please relate to this, I'm not making this up. If you ever have a dispute on PayPal regarding animals, the seller always loses. I wonder why. They want you out of the game. Like they don't want and that's crazy to think, you know. God bless Zelle. Not gonna win, nothing happens in Zelle, but there's other forms of payments that you could do, but PayPal is not our friends. That's why you can't get upset if someone says send friends and family, because friends and family, I mean, you got to trust the person you're buying from, obviously, right? But don't be mad if the motherfucker wants to do friends and family. Because you could easily pull a quick one and be like, nope, you know what I mean? And it happened to me 3 times last year, and I was so pissed, bro. And I'm talking like, fuck, one snake was a $2,200 snake. I couldn't believe it. Like, I couldn't believe it, bro. They just ripped that shit out of my account.
I was going to say, yeah, a lot of people were saying that PayPal, like, they got over a limit, and PayPal was taking that money.
Yeah, that was a huge thing. I remember that.
I've never had any issues with PayPal other than animals.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
Adler's saying it's everything.
I mean, I've never had an issue with PayPal other than animals. That's it.
Yeah, everybody was like, I remember seeing a wave of messages. Everybody was like saying, "Stop using PayPal, stop," because they're taking the money, they're holding it, and then they're giving it back later. And I was like, "What the hell?" So I stopped using PayPal a long time ago.
My boy Andrew, $8,000 hold for 6 months, bro. They held $38,000 that was chilling in his PayPal account for 6 months, and you know, a lot of people don't have money anywhere but PayPal to keep their money in their PayPal, especially
MJ, bro, you're like lagging super bad.
Yeah, you're going out. Where'd you go?
I don't know. I was just getting ready to text him.
I think he left. What's up, GP Snakes? What's up, guys? What's up, chat? What's up,
damn,
Big
there's
Mike?
Sean in the chat. What up to everybody in the chat? What up to Adler, Far Out, everybody that's in here. Chip spitting fucking heat in here.
Dude, he was spitting facts right now, for real. Like, I do, like, not like the live fitting videos. I'm gonna say that right now. I really don't.
Chip, you should message me those 2 major breeders that abuse dogs. I would really like to know more about that if you're still in here.
I should be going to Arlington. Levi's not going. He canceled on me. He was my date.
So what? Were we gonna have a fucking 3-way? Because Chucky was gonna come too.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Chuck, he was bringing a third wheel. Not even important, but he was bringing them along. I love you, Chuck. No, I'm joking. Majority of the United States YouTube is against the keeping of reptiles, but yet we cause the most damage on what we post in our attitude. And you are right, Chip.
No, we really do when you think about it, man. Like we can't, man. It just money, popularity, fame, all of it just fucking ruins everything.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna get shit for that, bro. Donnie's gonna be all over. Donnie hates my internet. And I have the fucking modem right here next to me. It's just not hardwired in. I can't explain what happened. But Donnie watches this, kick my ass, bro. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I'm telling you.
No offense. I hope Donnie's not watching this because that man scares the shit out of me.
But dude, like, don't say that because he loves when people hear that they're scared of him. But honestly, you should be, because this guy will hack into your life and wipe you out completely if he wants to. It is very scary. The guy has full access to my YouTube channel, and it terrifies me.
he's like,
see, that's terrifying. Like,
dude, it terrifies the shit out of me. Like, just last week, he posted the fucking highlight thing that he did, and because I was busy, I was like moving shit. He's like, "Hey MJ, here's your remove this guy's comment right now." Adler, you're a bully. But no, listen. But dude, what was I just talking about right now? Adler just messed up my train of thought.
Donnie, I do this every show too. Donnie,
yeah. What about Donnie? I forget. What were we talking
yeah,
about?
he posted a highlight reel on your YouTube.
Oh, dude, yes. Okay, yeah. Like I was like, I got a message that my video's been posted, and I was like, what? And yeah, he just did that shit. Like it was nothing. I couldn't believe it.
Huh.
That would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna open a door. Like, it's fucking hot in here, so I need to open up a door real quick. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, do it.
Go ahead, bro.
I have an underdash in my name, and he doesn't like underdashes, so it scares the shit out of me.
What's wrong with my banner on the bottom? What are they talking about?
I don't know. Something about the spelling, bro. We can deal with that afterwards.
Right.
Bro, you know you fucked up, though, when Chucky's talking to you about grammar.
I ain't fucked up. That boy don't even know how to spell. Can't spell his own name.
I don't think you can spell your own name either, but...
It's easy. CHRIF. Chris.
Oh, you got an easy name. Anyways.
Hey, can I ask you guys something?
What's up?
How you guys liking the podcasting game so far? Like, let's kind of talk about podcasting for you two. What are some of the good things and some of the struggles? Let's talk about that.
Shit, that's easy. The struggle is just trying to find time to do like thumbnails, like promote. That's hard, bro.
What makes it hard? I mean, and I know what you mean, because you have to sit there and fucking do it. It's literally time consuming, right? But
hold on. Time out. Sorry. Hold on. Let me cut that right. What are you talking about? Making thumbnails? We have a guy that does that for us.
Yes, but like when I go and I try to make it into a video to promote, like, bam.
So video editing. So real quick, let me shout out Eden's Den real quick, because I don't know about you, MJ. You can give a raw opinion because that man's looking for it. But this latest flyer compared to the last one is fucking fire. Eden has been killing our thumbnails, our flyers, the logo combinations. This guy is just killing it for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout him out. That's our boy, our brother.
So video editing is what you're looking for. Don't take from Geo, asshole.
Sorry. Okay, video editing is hard.
I mean, that's very, it controls a lot of your energy in your mind, bro. Like when it comes to figuring, because that's at the end of the day, it's like the biggest relief is when you finally learn how to post your first video. And like, I'm talking about, it's a video where you're satisfied with it, right? Like that's like you get excited, right? But then you always want to outdo like the previous video, or you always want to find something to change, because that video may be good to you, but to your audience, it still looks like a rookie. You know what I mean? So, but that takes time. But without you putting the reps, without you sitting there YouTubing like certain tricks and shit like that, man, like it's like I'm saying, man, people who do this and full-time job shit, I don't know how the fuck they do it, bro. It's like, I mean, like I said, but also I don't like the fact that that's why I don't sleep on any promos or anything. Like I am very consistent because I treat this shit like a job. I feel like, you know, and the hardest thing is when I travel, right? Like if I'm at Bill Stiegel's house and I'm like, fuck yeah, we have a podcast in 2 hours. And I go, oh, I haven't promoted shit. Like that's when it's like, God damn it. And then I have to go to Bill's room and sit there and promote for like 40 minutes and just sit there, and I go to every platform. I go to YouTube, I go to Instagram, I go to Facebook. I do,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then I say certain things on certain platforms, like, you know, when I post it on my Patreon page, I talk to them like they're my family. So I don't copy paste my post shit on Patreon. I type up my own post to my motherfucking family members, and you know, and that's just how that's, you know. But honestly, that kind of stuff takes you a long ways. Like the stuff that's tedious, the stuff that you feel like you don't want to do, if you do it and you get good at doing it after a while, it evolves. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. But shout out to your boy who does your thumbnails, and dude, that's you know, if you don't have the time for certain shit, like, you know, Adler, my boy Adler, certain clips, you know, I was just kind of messing with him, but that's my boy, man, and he came through, and he wasn't free, of course, but still, like, he came through and helped me in a way to where if I were to go through other sources, there's no way I could have afforded A, right? But B, the time behind everything that this man did for my brand, for like, man, like he did everything. Like, he basically walked me through everything on how to upgrade my entire fucking platform. He even came down on a goddamn train, God bless him, stayed with me, and like, dude, it was great. But like, that's the kind of thing you need to do, man, because, you know, for instance, I know a lot of animal people, right? But there's people like Adler. There's other motherfuckers in the social media game who are next level, who you should also have a relationship with too. So that being said, make sure you go follow my man Adler, A&E Foundry on Instagram, and make sure you go follow him and his wife's page, Serpent Eclipse Reptiles. They will be at Arlington also next week. Cannot wait. Arlington, what's good? NARBC.
I'll be there.
Oh, let's go. It's going to be great. Let's go. Levi, were you going to be there, buddy?
No,
No,
you can't on me.
The logistics of it got fucking difficult. We're not exactly to the level that we need to be to make something like that work as far as my job and finances and bullshit goes. I mean, little inside look at. So you asked about the podcasting, right?
Right.
Jesus Christ. Okay, let me cover this real quick. So you have an injury, I have an injury, and mine I'm willing to talk about. You talk about dogs and loving dogs, right?
Right.
So let me go to war for pit bulls real quick, because anybody that trash talks pit bulls, we could throw hands. I have a very deep love for them.
Me too.
And here's my tragedy story on pit bulls, right? I was a poster boy. Oh, I was attacked as a kid. And I was attacked by a pit bull. It jumped up, it grabbed me by the lip, and it ripped out a good chunk of my lip here. And there's a nerve ending in there that controls most of the bottom lip. That was completely severed and destroyed. I'll never be able to fully feel my bottom lip. So if you ever see like a line of drool coming down, fuck off, don't talk shit, because it literally is a medical thing. But I still love pit bulls. What the fuck are you soloing me for?
I'm trying to look at it.
Bro, get the fuck out of here. I'm not showing the injury. Do you have to put up with this shit with Donnie?
Donnie is very annoying sometimes, but I also I'm annoying to him too. But Donnie's like, man, I forget. Donnie is older than me, right? I think he is. I can't remember. Or maybe he's not. I don't know. But I feel like he's definitely like the older, smarter brother as far as, you know, because he's common sense. I'm kind of a brute. Like, I'm really good with animals, but common sense isn't really like I'm more like, I'm mad. Now I want to hurt something. Like, that's like my train of thought, where, you know, obviously that shouldn't be your train of thought. So, you know, I feel like me and Donnie are a good balance, but yeah, there's times because Donnie talks shit, man. Like, he's good at talking shit. You know, what does he say? Obviously, he calls me a knuckle dragger, which I'm like, you're lucky I'm this light skinned and you're calling me a knuckle dragger, because if I was darker, motherfucker, I'd be all over your ass. I would fucking, bro. I would straight, yeah, bro. Anyways, but there are.
I was in tears.
Yeah, so I don't know. Listen, but you need to have dynamic like that. You know what I mean? You got to have that yin and the yang. I'm very blessed to have the relationship I have with Donnie, because if you would ask me a year ago, I'd have said, go fuck yourself. No way. But something happened. Like I said, I got to give props to him, because I don't know if you guys know this, and we talked about it a couple times on the show, but after the bar check episode in October, so I went to Tinley in October, and then I rolled over to bar checks with some legendary chondro breeders, Bill Stiegel, Marshall Mendez, Gary Shavino. We all had a podcast with bar check, and I said something how, like, I was like, dude, what fucking makes me mad about Donnie is he's like the forefront person for nerd, and he doesn't even fuck with animals. He doesn't even like okay, hold on. I didn't say he didn't like animals. I was like, but he's not even an animal keeper. Like, how are you gonna be so vocal and be a representative if you ain't even an animal lover? But then he actually came and responded. Like, he's like, hey, MJ. And what's crazy is like you know how his videos are, right? Like, you know how he does his detective fucking video works, and he'll take clips. Like, he took a bunch of clips of me talking shit about him, and he's like, I want to just discuss this stuff with you. And like, he picked out all these clips of me talking shit about him, and I'm like, oh, and I thought this was out on the I thought he put this out to everybody, but no, he just made this for myself and for me to like see this. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, this is impressive. And so I was like, yeah, I'll talk to you, man. And then we talked over the phone, and we aired everything out, and it kind of led to where we're at today. You know, all I wanted originally was just to bring him on the show and have us just chop it up. But you know, like, dude, him and I just have so much to bring to the industry, man. And you guys wait and see. Like, we got so much shit in store, me and Donnie, that I think is going to really blow up. I got to tell you, the reptile community roundup Fridays, be ready. That shit's going to take off. I got to tell you that right now. We might even start our own channel for that, but you know, give us some time. But yeah, tune in for Fridays. Me and Donnie, we're going to kill it. We got so much shit to bring. I love my boy.
No, that's awesome. Watching you and Donnie is so fucking entertaining. I'm not trying to steal credit or ride coattails or fucking say any of that bullshit, but you two remind me of us two with your banter back and forth and fucking with each other throughout the podcast. You're right. It brings a dynamic to the table, and it brings a level of entertainment that you can't do solo. It's not right. Possible. I mean, you can go back and forth in the comments, but the energy's not there. It's not as great. But yeah, it was that, especially that episode with the white rhino. It was like watching you two is like watching me and Chris go back and forth on we've already done it 3 times tonight, giving each other shit and just having fun. You know, it's watching you and Donnie is like watching brothers. Pretty entertaining.
It's cool. That's why I can't wait to meet him someday. You know, I can't wait to link up with them, because I feel like we would do some damage together at these shows and just kind of linking up with people. And one thing I really love the most about traveling is just, it's cool doing these podcasts, man. But when you actually are interviewing somebody you really respect in person, it brings like a whole nother level to what we do. So I always feel like if you guys ever get in a good place, any podcaster out there, if you ever get in a good place on what you're doing in life, definitely consider doing in-person podcasts with people as much as you can, because that right there makes you not only, it doesn't make it more personable. I mean, not only does it make it more personable, but it makes you a better interviewer. Like it makes you more just like, oh man, we're in person. Like there's no computer shit. It's, you know, I don't know. It's more genuine, I feel like, you know? So
we've talked about it. There's a plan for it, you know, like you going back to the original question that you asked, you kind of got sidetracked about the podcasting, the logistics. You know, I wanted to go down to Earl's and, you know, have like a quick snippet with him in person. Go down, eventually come down to like what's the next one? Anaheim, right?
For a super show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next Scally show.
That's going to be Trap Fest, dog. You're going to come to Trap Fest, right?
Hell yeah. Do something with you eventually, if it's that weekend or Pomona or whatever the hell, you know, off the wall, some random meetup. Be able to do, it's in the works. But the logistics of shit, like my job takes a lot of my time. It takes a lot of my effort. I have kids. They're fuck, man. Dude, I don't even want to go there because yours isn't even here yet. So congratulations, welcome to parenthood.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We will get to that, I promise. I don't want to kick that door in yet.
No,
but
good.
The podcasting overall, it's been fun, man. I mean, it's had its ups, its downs. I mean, I went through a small snippet of what you went through at the end and beginning of this year. I said something fucking stupid on camera I shouldn't have, and really fucked up. Again, Benji, if you ever see this, I apologize.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Dude, I went in on this guy because he kept talking shit to Chris and wouldn't talk shit to me, and I pulled him in on a live, and I just fucking went in on his ass, and it was so fucking unnecessary. I don't even remember
is it Benji Beauties?
No, it's different Benji. It's just Benji. He's not a reptile keeper.
Yeah, he's not. He just loves the reptiles. He was just a big fan, I guess, of reptiles.
Oh my god, you're a piece of shit, Levi. So you brought on a non-reptile keeper but lover, somebody who just admires from the sidelines on, and you ripped him a fucking asshole, bro. Are you serious?
Hey, he's from New Zealand.
Oh, dude.
Well, he kept my main issue was he kept messaging Chris, and Chris was telling me what he was saying, and I was like, all right, fuck you then. We're bringing this shit out into the light, and I'm going in on your ass. Like, I don't know how else to fucking tell you to go fuck yourself. But it was all unnecessary. That's what I'm getting at. And I have apologized multiple times. I was definitely in the wrong. I was the asshole. You're right. It was a piece of shit.
I'm gonna make you feel better right now, bro. Because check this out. Forrest and I started a podcast together, Unfiltered Reptiles podcast. And I thought, okay, Forrest knows how I am. I guess he doesn't care. I could just be myself. But no, check this out. I think by the third podcast, I was getting a lot of messages from people who like weren't ball python people. Like, this is when I'm now meeting people who are not associated in the ball python game. Like, these are actual like beetle lizard breeders and green tree python, like the unique side of breeding. They were starting to comment and message me. And then this one guy, his name's Casper, who now, let me just tell you, he's my boy now, right? But Casper, the way he asked me if I'm ever going to put stuff not on YouTube, but like on Spotify, on Apple, I took it aggressive. Like, I was like, dude, why are you pressing me, right? And so I told him, I was like, you know what? I was like, I said in the message something like, I was going to put this on the audio platforms, but because of you, like, I'm not. Like, you're fucking annoying. Like, I was a fucking, I can't remember what I said, something like really mean to him, okay? And that's like Forrest's fucking, like, his European best friend, and I didn't know. And so he didn't go to Forrest or anything, but I took a snapshot and I thought it would be funny. I'm like, bro, look at this asshole telling us to put stuff not on YouTube, but just like put on Apple. And he called me. He's like, MJ, if you want me to do this podcast with you, you cannot be talking to people like this. And I'm like, what? I'm like, he's like, that's my fucking good buddy Casper from Europe. And this is like the first time Forrest ever has like went from being like my buddy to like, wow.
Oh, damn.
He was upset. But I, you know, that you need that kind of shit. You know what I mean? And then and then once I tapped into Casper, bro, which, man, this guy Casper is no joke, bro. Like, this guy is the real deal. I'm actually flying to Amsterdam to go do an interview with this guy in person, bro. He's bred Moluccan scrub pythons, beaded lizards, Gila monsters, like, you name it. Like, this guy is just so tapped in on some zoo level type stuff. But anyways, I've done so many asshole things, Levi, to where the quicker you realize it, the quicker you won't have a resume. Like, I'm not gonna lie, guys, my resume is thick. Like, I got pages of proof of me being an asshole, bro. Like, I felt like, well, why can't I be myself? You know, because I know I could be an asshole, but the truth is, being an asshole sometimes when you say some truthful stuff, especially the way I say it sometimes, you're coming off as an asshole. But that's me. I don't care. Like, I feel better being it like that than pretending to be some fucking cookie cutter, like, little fucking bitch and talking like a way that I'm not. This is just how I am. But we're in a different time now. Like, we're not in 2018. We're not. Well, I got my first sponsor, 2020, I think, or no, 2019. I can't remember. But now I'm in a place where I got people that are some of the biggest names, if not the biggest names in the industry, that back me up. And whatever I do obviously affects them. You know what I mean? Whatever I do obviously affects the people I love who are loving me. So I have to protect that. I have to be careful of that. And but also too, there's a time and place for everything, guys. We all know that. I could always be myself, but there's also reading the room. There's just got to be us as professional podcasters got to be good at reading certain rooms. And that's one thing I need to get better at, and I'm going to get better at, is just reading certain guests, reading certain scenarios, certain topics. You know what I mean? I'm still going to be me, right? But like, there's certain people out there who will just wait for you to say their name, and once you say their name, they're like, "Fuck, I got a video for the week. Thank God! Oh my God, I'm going to get more than 130 views. I'm so stoked." Which is nothing wrong with 130 views. Just saying.
I know exactly what you're saying. I've got a list that I watch very, very carefully of who, you say something that I repeat on a regular basis. You are who you hang out with. That's facts. Doesn't
that is so factual, bro. And if you and you know, there's people who like they rally behind other people on social media like if they hang out, but they've never hung out before. They've never hung out. But in a sense, that's who you're hanging out with. So just like how you said you keep notes, I have a fucking Rolodex in my head of how many people piggyback certain comments, how many people are chiming in who quote unquote support me, but really, you don't think I'm seeing this shit? You don't think I see the double dipping? And that's why, you know, there's certain people who always keep the smile on their face. And what I mean by that, like, you can't really tell if Miguel ever liked you or not because he likes everybody. My boy Miguel is a professional businessman. This guy makes you feel good. Even if he knows that I hate you, if you have a run-in with Miguel, he's going to make you feel special. And that's what makes Miguel. Like, I don't have that trait. I don't. Like, I wish I could treat everybody like Gary Shavino or treat everybody like Bill Stiegel, like the people who I look up to the most. I will never disrespect those people. But you kind of should be like that with everybody, right? So that's why, as much as I kind of talk shit about yes men, there are people who are the top of their game in life because they're good at being yes men, but they do it right. They do it smart. Miguel's one of the smartest yes men out there, and I love him to death. And I have so much to learn from the guy still today. But you know, and not only him, Socrates. There's just so many people who are loved out there. But you know, I don't know. Like, there's, you know how personalities work. You know what I mean? Look, there's personalities in snakes. Like there's biters and there's non-biters. You know, I'm a biter. Like I'm somebody, like if I was a snake, I'm gonna bite you. You know what I mean? If you pick me up, especially after I ate, if you pick me up, I'm gonna bite you. Like, don't, like, you know. But then I'm also that snake where if you give me good temps, you give me good humidity, if I know that there's no food or there's no drama, I'm good. You could touch me all you want. Whoa. that's not what I meant.
You're on a fucking roll with this.
All right. Look, Chip.
But you're right. You're right.
Chip got excited. Relax, Chip. Dude, I want to name my kid Chip for some reason. I don't know why. Like, Chip is such a hard name. Chip, get over here, Chip.
Hey, so MJ, check this out. Before I'm like, I guess even met Levi, my daughter named my grandson Levi.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
I love that. You know, my son, if my wife's hearing this, she's probably going to knock on the door, but my son's middle name is more likely going to be Miguel. And it's not because of Miguel. So Miguel better not fucking, you know, act like he's all sick because of it. But my dad's middle name is Miguel. So it's either going to be Miguel or my name, Michael. Those are the two options, I think. Is my wife hearing this? No.
In my humble opinion, I would go with Miguel.
Wow, thanks, Levi. Just kidding.
But no, it gets confusing document wise. My son has his so
like two first names type shit. It's like, what the fuck? Like Ricky Bobby?
Yeah, it gets a little complicated as far as paperwork goes, and it's when you're calling them out and they have the same name, it gets a little. I don't even know what fucking word.
But nobody calls my dad Miguel, bro. My dad's name's Arthur, so like
no. When you go the first, the middle, and the last.
Okay. That's right. You're saying my. Okay, yeah. I got you. Okay, got you.
You're gonna have those moments. Get ready. It's gonna be first name, middle name, last name, and hopefully, the kid has the look of death or look of the fear of death in their eyes because they done fucked up.
Yeah,
that's usually if I heard my first, my middle, and my last. Oh boy.
See, my mom, my mom was legendary at dropping my middle name when she was pissed. Like but the thing is, there's only two women on earth that call me by my name, Michael, and that's my mom and my wife. But they're both people to where when I hear my name like that, I know there's something wrong. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because, you know, there's Babe, there's so many different loving names that my mom and my wife call me. But when I hear Michael, I'm like, oh shit, you know what I mean? And especially it's more my wife now. Like my wife, because my wife, hearing Michael come out of my wife's name is not good. It's never ever a good thing. So, but yeah, man, yeah, I guess Miguel might be the move then if my wife's cool with that. Let's see what happens.
And say hell no.
So, we've talked about it a couple of times, man. welcome to parenthood, first and foremost. Congratulations to you and your wife.
Yes.
What a fucking accomplishment to have. You guys are in the beginning stages, right? You guys just found out?
Yeah, no. Well, so we found out a while ago. We found out when she was 6 weeks, bro. So that was what? Right after Thanksgiving is when we found out. And then I was, dude, I would love to just shout this shit on a fucking mountain as loud as I can. But, obviously when they're that early into the process, like you can't just, like there's a lot of things that can happen. So I had to keep my mouth shut. And I don't want to say it was hard to do, but there were times where, is that me again?
No, this one's Chris.
It was me. Sorry.
No, you're good. But there are times where, like, I want to say something. And I think the very first podcast I had after finding out is when I was on Unfiltered Reptiles podcast with Dave Levison, and we were like 2.5 hours in, and I'm like, dude, like, no, like I could do 3-4 hour podcasts like here and there, but I can't do them all the time now. Like, I'm sorry, but like, dude, and Dave is like fresh back in, so he's like, hey, bud, I want to go another hour or so. And I'm like, and I was like looking at him in the face, like, Dave, I got to go. And because my wife was like, she was like, oh, I have cramps. And like, my wife needed me. And so Dave's like, oh, what? He's like, you busy? You too busy for us? And I'm like, I got a pregnant wife. I just spit it out. And she was like, oh, and all I heard was a door slam. And then I heard like something fall off a shelf. And I was like, oh my God. And my wife thought like that's how everyone's going to find out on a fucking podcast. And I'm only 6 weeks. And it was like really devastating. I had to sleep on the couch. And then I had to delete the podcast. And so, yeah, man, and that's where we're at. It's just like at the end of the day, I love life right now, man. I'm so happy that because me and my dad, bro, we're best friends. Even though I put my dad through shit all the damn time, my dad is my best friend. My dad comes through, helps me. He's just like literally my best friend. We like exactly everything the same. But and I can't wait to share that now. Now I get to, because God bless, life is what it is. My dad won't be here forever. I mean, I got my grandparents who I'm still close with, but they're 90 years old. And like, like now, I don't know, like, everything has its cycle, right? And I feel like I get my cycle. Like I get my, now everything that I've gone through, now I get to pass it down. And I'm happy. I'm very blessed, man. God is good, bro. It's all I got to say.
Amen. So are you having a girl or a boy?
Having a boy.
Having a boy. Okay, that threw me off. I didn't know.
Why would the middle name be Miguel for a boy? I'm just kidding.
Well, because Chip said I have 2 girls, so I thought it was a girl too.
No,
it's a boy. I confused myself. This is my.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
was super down for a girl. Don't get me wrong, man, because there's nothing wrong with having a girl. Like nowadays, girls are fucking kick ass, bro.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Time out. As a father of a daughter, no. Hell, appreciate your son. Appreciate your son.
Listen. I'm saying could. I said could. Here's the thing. I want to say one thing. Like my boy Socrates, I'm also very close to his daughter, Ariana, Snake Master Exotics. Like she's fucking on the next level. But she's growing up so fast. She does poses. And that right there would break my heart. Like if I see my daughter doing that shit, like, I'm like, dude, she's becoming a little lady. Like, I want my kid to be forever. Like, I had this cousin named Jasmine. I still do. She's still my cousin, obviously. I love my cousin Jasmine. But my cousin Jasmine's so beautiful. She's such a beautiful, like, she's half Persian, half Mexican. Like, what a mix, right? She's a real beautiful girl, but she was, like, always, like, not into boys. Like not into girls either, but she was, like, in a Disney Channel all the way through high school. And I'm like, if I ever have a girl, I pray to God my girl is like this, and all she cares about is cartoons and, like, hanging out with her dad and, like, okay, now you're 18, now you can consider dating. You know what I mean? Like, but that's not the case. Nowadays, I blame the Kardashians. I used to have a crazy hate for the Kardashians because, like,
I still do.
It changed a lot of it changed a lot of my own girl cousins within my family. Like I can't say hate my own family, but I started seeing them changing and becoming fake because of the Kardashians, and it was fucking tearing me apart. And I'm like, dude, this is disgusting. But it's also the reality of the world, and you can't help a girl or a guy to feel how they want to feel nowadays. Because if you do that, you're the biggest piece of shit on earth. So it's like, God bless you, do what you want to do. And I don't know. Listen, just because I'm having a boy doesn't mean this boy won't be a Kardashian. Dude, I don't think it's in my blood, but this little fucking boy could be a little Devo or some shit. You know what I mean? Or something where I'm like, all right, fucking, I guess we're not going to play with snakes. You're going to go play with your dollhouse. And I'm cool with that. I can't. Actually, no, I wouldn't be cool with that at all. I'm sorry. It's going to be a fucking metal dollhouse with fucking skulls everywhere. I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, without getting into that, I'm on the same page. Like, I completely stand against today's day and age 100%. I will say that on camera. I don't give a fuck. Masculinity is not a problem. But what I meant by having a daughter is me and you have similar attitudes, and it sounds like your wife is pretty strong of an individual.
Like stable, like mentally wise, yes, she's definitely the stronger one for sure.
When you combine those two together, you get a Spitfire image of yourself with that strength, and you have a little hellion running around that's going to outsmart you.
Fuck that. No
attitude,
spit.
He's like, stop.
Okay,
I'll wait for the phone call.
I get this. No, I understand this part, but guys, like they're like I everything you say, you're right, because I outsmarted the shit out of my dad, or at least I thought I did. But there are things where I was like, what an idiot. Like he can't. But bro, my son will not know this unless he watches this show at some point. But I was one of the biggest piece of shits growing up in life. Like there's no way you're gonna outdo the fucking damage that I've done, the shady shit that I was able to manipulate. No, you cannot. I'm not sitting there saying I'm a manipulator, but the way I grew up, bro, I got my way all the time. I don't give a fuck. And it was all because people let me. And you know, I don't know what it was. But yeah, I got my ass whooped. But it was like, here's the thing about my dad. I would get suspended from school, right? I would do something very terrible where, like, for instance, let's say I had a race, because I raced motocross growing up, right? And so let's say I had a race that weekend and I did something terrible on a Thursday. Well, my dad would beat the shit out of me on a Thursday, right? And I would get yelled at. It would be a whole thing. Everyone's crying in the house. And then Friday comes along. It's getting a little better, right? And then Friday night, my dad looks at me. He goes, "You ready to race?" Yeah, I go, yeah, let's go. And so everything I just went through, all that trauma, never do this again, is out the door. I went to go race. I had a good time. And me and my dad are best friends again. And even though I still have 2 more days of suspension, me and my dad are good friends. And so we're you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like, my kid fucks around, he's going to find out. My kid does something really disrespectful, you ain't going to race that day. All that shit's gone. You know what I mean? The thing was, I just never got it. And my mom, like, God bless my mom. I love my mom, but my mom was legit, bro. Like, my mom would fuck everything up for me. My mom would be the one to, like, oh my God, I'm really not, like, she's really not letting me do this because of my mom. But my dad was so easy to convince, right? But my mom and my mom my dad made it really hard for my mom, because my dad always gave in. But
yep.
I just know that it's all about teamwork, right? Like, my wife will always be the queen. Like, if my wife says no, it's a no. That type of thing. That's it. I'm never gonna fuck around with that shit. I'm never gonna make my son feel like, oh, come to me next time, or like, oh, you know, like, fuck your mom or anything like that. You know, and I, you know, nothing against my pops. My dad always made it seem like, oh, whatever my mom says, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go to my dad. And so, you know, I just see where things went wrong as for me. You know what I mean? And if my kid can outsmart me, then, dude, I'll be very impressed. Okay. But I'm going to be all over it, bro. I'm going to be all over him, dog. Like, bro, I'll smell weed. I'll smell, like, I'll know, like, okay, you got homies kicking it. Like, you know what I mean? I'll GoPro that shit. I'll figure it out, bro. Like, I'm going to be that parent where I'm not going to trust that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, unless I see the proof. That's why I pray to God. It's more like, I hope he comes out like his mom, bro. If he comes out like his mom, we're good. We're in a good place. That's it.
Respect. Can I tell you something real quick?
Sure.
Like, man to man, future parent to current parent, or current parent to future parent, you're going to be a successful parent.
Oh, thanks.
Go back, watch this fucking podcast as your kid is, you know, this moment right here. I'll even clip it and send it to you. I'm predicting the future here. That is the exact mental that people that have kids today, and everyone knows who they are, does not have. You are going to break the cycle, and that is so important because is your mom and your pops still around?
Yeah, my dad's closer to me. My mom just moved to Reno, and she got a new job and doing her thing. So she was closer to me, but now she's away. But she, me and my mom are close. We still talk and whatnot, of course. And my dad, they're just, they're two completely different people. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, like kids don't forget. Like kids don't forget. Like, I think adults need to realize that whatever you put your kid through right now, that kid's gonna remember, because I remember shit. Like there's things I remember seeing that I'm like, I'll never forget this shit. You know what I mean? And a lot of it was like, just like, I loved that as a kid, my dad would let me go do my thing all day and like be home before dark. But you know how many fucking things I went through? Like, dude, like, wow, like it's the world is a crazy place for a kid, but even nowadays, like, I mean, this is back in the 90s where you can still kind of get away with that shit. But now the world is such a fucked up place, man. It's just like, I'm really scared about public schooling and all that, to really think about it, because I don't really want to, like, my boy Socrates puts his kids through private school since 2 years old, but he drops, I think, what does he pay, like $1,200 a week each kid? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't, like, yeah, I just bought a house and things are going up, but no, $1,200 a week for school. No, I can't. I mean, maybe, I hope that changes, but right now, financially, I can't afford that. But public school was no walk in the park for me, man. It was fun, but man, that's where I got my fights. I got all that shit in, but but it also built who I am. Like, I felt like people give me so much props because MJ. Well, because how I was raised up, I'm not ashamed of anything I do, period. Like, I love that I went through hard times and good times, and then harder times, and then now I'm good times again. So day by day, bro.
Absolutely. And I mean, yeah, it'll be your call. I got my kids in public school right now. I think, do your research on it, man. There's the good ones, there's the bad ones, and it's in every area, every development. It doesn't matter, hood, rich. Just do your research on the school, the reviews, talk to the teachers. It really makes a difference when you do that, because we had to pick between two, and we picked the better of the two based on just walking in and talking to people, like getting that in-person, conversation in with the teachers, the principal, I think I even talked to the janitor at some point, because I'm fucking weird and overprotective of my kids.
That's smart. I mean, I would go shit. Like, what I would do is, if I knew my kid was gonna like go to that school, like, let's say my kid's 1 year away from going to that school, I would go to those fucking PTA meetings. Like, even though my kid's not here yet, and I'll chop it up with the parents. Like, yo, we're the good teachers, because bro, the teachers is where it's at. Like, you could go to a bad school and but like, if you have a teacher who is like the mentor, if you have a teacher who you want to go be around, that changes everything. I only had one of those. No, I had two of those teachers my entire life. And I'll remember I'll never forget their names, Mr. Lazaro and Mr. Bishop. Those two guys, like, they were like, my dad's my dad, but those two guys were like, when I'm a man in life, I want to be like them. Like, that's what they did to me. You know what I mean? Like, they felt like it was like, wow. Like, and I don't know what it was, the way they talked to me, but they related to me. And so I do know the teachers are a huge importance to that. And I gotta say, man, like, I was just a rough child growing up. Like, I had a lot of issues, but I had good teachers. I mean, I think there were times where certain teachers just hated me, and that's where I had the backlash. But I don't know, man. Like, I just love that I get to redo. I almost get to relive life now. Like, I get to redo it over. But now I'm in control, like, in a sense. Like, I can't control my kids' experience, but the school they go to, like, what they eat, like, discipline, that all lies on me now. And I'm dude, I can't wait to be the biggest hypocrite.
No, that's what it's about, man. Break that fucking cycle. It is so important. You gotta.
Okay, listen, dude. One thing I'm against, because there's some people out there who are like, and I'm sorry how anyone feels about this, but dude, minimum once a week, I'm taking my kid to McDonald's. I don't care how bad it is. But dude, I'll never forget my dad. Friday, we're going to McDonald's. I would flip the fuck out. I would get my Happy Meal, and I would play Do they have playgrounds still at McDonald's? I think they still do, right? No.
No,
Some
they've
do,
taken them
some
out.
don't.
Due,
Yeah.
They're
Okay, well, you know
slowly
what?
phasing them out due to lawsuits.
I'll put my own McDonald's in the backyard playground wise. We'll go to the, but like, dude, like that moment, I think that's what made me and my dad so fucking close. Like we would go to Jack in the Box. Like we would have our like I would have a crazy game in a sport, like in a sporting, and I'd be dead ass tired. He'd be like, "You want Jack in the Box?" "Oh yeah, I want Jack in the Box." And we would go, and like that was like a bonding moment. You know what I mean? My wife is a health nut. That's why her body looks so amazing and she's fucking so hot and she does what she does. I'm the not health nut. Like I'll like okay, I'll put a paper towel down and dab the grease off the tacos. Best case scenario. But that's about it. Other than that, I'm going in. You know what I mean? But food is a huge thing for me, man. And that's why me and my wife are so close, because we love food. Like me and my wife really love food. And I think our son, man, like, dude, I used to devour, like when my mom and dad would go grocery shopping, I would wake up at the middle of the night and go devour all the Lunchables. Like I would go fucking I would go eat our own lunches. You know what I mean? Like that's how bad I was, bro. Like, fuck. Like I'll never forget that shit. Getting caught too. My mom, not good.
Bro, this is crazy.
I love that we're talking about family stuff right now. Like this is fucking cool. Like this is like I don't really get to do this much because I love all the animal stuff, but man, we're all family people here. Like we're all talking about stuff that like there's animals, but why do we do stuff so legit with the animals? Because it provides for the family at some point too, you know? Like this is big important topic I feel like that we're covering. So this is really cool for you guys to ask me about this stuff because I am very excited. And you know, like I said, there are a lot of different routes that this could go. My kid can either like snakes or he can hate snakes. Either way, I love him. But I sure hope he loves them. I hope he loves. I could use some help in here, man.
Start them young, man. I know you're a busy person, but if you have a chance, go through my reels and don't watch all of them because some of them are bullshit and I sucked ass at them. There is one really cool one, and I timed it perfectly. The music's fucking great. But that has nothing to do with it. Watch the smile on my daughter's face when she's talking about the boat. She is fucking. She's not holding the whole thing because she's fucking huge. But she's got a good portion of my 7-foot female on her shoulders and just lost in space, man. Having a great
How old is your daughter, Levi?
She's 4 going on 5.
Damn. So okay, let me ask you a question. You know and Chris, do you have kids, Chris?
Yeah, I have 4. My daughter's 22.
Wait, what?
Yeah, my daughter's 22.
Wait, what?
This is old, bro.
Like 22 months?
22 years old.
Shut the fuck, bro. You look like you're 24. What do you mean?
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that.
Damn it, bro. Stop. We've convinced him he looks old.
No. You do not have bro, you do not have a 22-year-old daughter, dog.
Yeah, she made me. That's why I said she made me grandpa.
What? You're a grandpa? What?
Yeah.
Congratulations, you broke MJ.
Wait, how old are you, bro?
I'm 37.
You're my age and you're a grandpa?
I know. I feel old, bro, man.
You did not fucking no, but okay, that makes me feel better. You're 37. That's all good. It don't matter. Like you're a G-Pod 37, which is fucking legendary. But still, like, so hold on. How old you were? Like 17 or no? Wait, how old were you when you had a kid?
15.
15. Okay, so that is a little different, guy. Come on, let's be honest. This is some Maury shit. How did it go down? Was this in middle school or high school? I'm curious.
It was high school. Yeah, I was a freshman in high school, and her mom was 19. Yeah.
Her mom was 19. Oh my god, dude, she was 19 years old.
Yeah.
Dude, I like you so much. This is great. So you understand, anybody at that age fucking around an 18, 19-year-old, you're the most legendary person in that school. Because I had homies, right, who could get any girl they wanted in high school, but they were dating some fucking college chick. And I'm like, what? How? Like, but I'm like, dude, trust me, high school ain't got shit on these girls. And so it's like, oh my God. But bro, so that's nuts. So what did your family think of that?
Oh, dude, my dad wanted to put her in jail.
Oh, technically, I mean, yeah, but I would be applauding. But seriously, that's quite a load to take on at 15 years old, bro. Like, holy shit. 15.
Yeah, as soon as I turned 16, I hit the ground running, dude. God, got 2 jobs and started supporting my kid.
This makes me feel happy, man. I like that people like you, even yourself, Levi, are a part of this community, because mark my words, give yourself 3 years and watch where you guys are at with this. If you guys could stay together, no homo, but if you guys could stay together and keep this up consistently, in 3 years, you will have sponsorships. You will have money coming to you in a way where it's gonna let you keep doing stuff that you love, man. And man, Chris, like, you've been, man, I can't imagine that adulthood, how early it came into your life. Adulthood came into my life in my 30s, bro. Literally.
Yeah. Nah, I had it, early, man. 16, I had to grow up quick. And then I had my son. My son, he's 14. And then my 2 little ones, they're 8 and 7.
And you never stopped. I love it. So you just kept going.
That dude can't pull out of his own goddamn driveway.
Say all mama, all say mom, or different moms?
I was married 3 times.
3 times. Okay, damn.
Yeah.
So are you still married now or no?
No.
So are you done, or are you going to marry again, you think, someday?
Probably again someday.
Dude, my dad, here's the thing. After my dad's 3rd one, and at that time my dad was like, what, 48? He said, "Fuck that shit." He's like, "I'm dying alone. I don't give a fuck." And like, but like he said it like it was like a celebration or something. I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is why, like, you know, I don't judge anyone. And so many people go through different. Like me, I could have been married a lot, but I already knew better. Like here's the thing with me, and no disrespect to you, Chris, right? Because you were young, right? And also with me, I could have easily gotten girls knocked up, and I don't know how I didn't. But I'm thank God, you know, because I don't know where my life would be if I had kids attached to women that I'm not with no more, because that changes everything, bro. Especially if you're in California, like, bro, that changes everything. Like, I'm only where I'm at because I have freedom to do my thing. But when you have other stuff like that holds you back, not that it's all holding back, but you know, girls could be the worst thing on earth, or guys. I'm just telling you, when it comes to this you know, having a child with somebody you're not in love with no more, I can't imagine that, bro. Like, that's like, but that's a very common thing. Hello, that's like part of normal America. You know what I mean? So
hey, you're gonna want to hear this. You're gonna want to hear this story. So it was my 16th birthday is when she found out I was 16.
Wait, so you lied to her?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so giddy! Oh, I love this guy, dog. I would have done the same thing. I would have.
So so it was funny because we invited her over to my birthday party. My mom made the dinner and had the cake, and my mom's putting the candles in the cake, and she looks at me and she's like, "Why does it say 16?"
So you told her you were 18, or how old did you say you were?
Yeah, I told her I was 18.
Why didn't you tell your mom just throw a couple more on there?
Right? I did. I tried to. My mom put a 1 and a 6, so there was like.
You should have flipped it upside down. Mom, you should have got an 8. You fucked up. You got a 9. Sorry.
So
you left out. Like, you left out the birthday candle fucking part of the story when you told me this.
But yeah, dude. So they're singing happy birthday to me, and she's like, "I did not know you was 16."
You're like,
I was like, "Well, we're having a baby now, so it's too late."
Yeah, you're stuck with me now. It don't matter. Dude, I mean, listen, that's a whole nother way of being brought up in this world that people don't understand. I've had some of my closest friends have kids at a really, really young age, and like, if anything, what made me want to have kids is seeing them like where they're at with their kids. Like my boy Caesar, my best friend from 11 years old, he got his daughter. I think that he got his daughter at 18, and then 5 years after that they have twins, right? And so I'm seeing like, holy man, my best friend, and I'm just now becoming a DJ and fucking not sleeping and partying my ass off. My best friend has 3 kids now. You know what I mean? And so every time I would see him, I'd be like, bro, I'm so impressed. Like, you're a dad. And so yeah, it's I mean, it happened the way it happened. I'm happy, but man, I'm really impressed by you, Chris. Like, Levi, you're still my boy, but Chris, man, I fuck, bro. That's some G shit right there. I'm not gonna lie.
bro. So
You gotta tell
yeah.
that story. You gotta tell that story. If you ever meet Miguel Garcia, tell him that story, and he'll love you. Like that's some G shit right there, bro.
There you go. You found her in with Miguel. Don't fuck
Right.
it up.
Miguel will sew you up after that in a good way, bro. You're good. He loves player shit like that.
Bro, man, I don't know. My dad just always showed me older women, so I guess that's what attracted me before he passed away.
Oh man, rest in peace to your dad. Listen, I don't know. Here's the thing, like I know there's so much coming into my life. Like for instance, my grandparents, they're 90, bro. Like any day now, right? It's like, but it's also like my dad, who's not 90, but still, life could come to where whatever's here now might not be here tomorrow. So I think the biggest like breather I could take is that like at least my dad, my grandma, and grandpa know that I'm gonna have a kid. Like, what if they passed away without like, are you ever gonna have a kid? You know what I mean? And I don't know, like my family's very close. So, and I'm the first grandson, so this is a big deal. Like for me to have something where I could carry that last name, and I'm from that family bloodline where last name's everything. Like our last name is very important. So I don't know, man. It's just I love it. It brings everything more together. I could tell you that much. But also makes me happy to be more welcoming to the positive side of things. Like like I'm cool that I don't have to dwell in. Like if somebody wants to be a piece of shit, I don't need to talk about it. That's them. I'm good. I mean, I'm good. Why do I need to bring shit into something that's not shit for me? So I don't know. I think that's the best thing of what's happening for me right now, fellas, is the so many reasons why to stay positive, And can I say I got a phone call today from somebody I really look up to. Let me tell you who it was.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Mark Mandek. Do you know Mark Mandek? Mary Jane. Marcus Jane. Mary Jane, my bad.
Oh.
Marcus Jane. Marcus Jane from Canada. He's
Yeah,
probably
Oh wow.
he's probably the most legendary ball python breeder ever to come out of Canada, just because he's been a mentor to anyone who's relevant in Canada. But he hit me up on the phone and he gave me props. He was letting me know that he really enjoyed what the podcast with Jordan and Will Moros that I just had. But Marcus, this is what also makes me remind me that like no matter how I want to be, there's people like Marcus Mandek who watches my show. So when I choose to be an asshole, when I choose to be like that lower level of a podcaster and rip on people, like look who else is watching. You know what I mean? And this is a fucking legendary person, like a guy with, I don't want to name age drop, but he's in his 70s taking his time to watch my podcast. The fuck you gonna waste his time talking some shit? You know what I mean? So either way, he just gave me props. He let me know that I'm on the right track, and getting those phone calls from somebody like Mark Mandek is like even my wife knew when she saw it. She's like, "Holy shit, Mark's calling you!" I'm like, "Yeah, it's crazy." So, anyways, this is really cool,
That's
man.
badass.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick. Speaking of that episode was fucking fire. That was like one of the best episodes you've done today. I was so locked in on that, and I don't work with ball pythons.
Oh, you don't at all?
I
No, who
own
doesn't?
them, but I don't breed them. I don't do anything with them. I just not something I'm entertained by, so I just stay away from it. But when you bring on some badass breeders like those two and your energies are just there, that entire episode had me locked, the entire start to finish. It was so knowledgeable. Like if I decided to get ASS for the other species I keep, shit, go back to that episode, bro.
I think the very breathtaking, like the most like wow, like awesome thing about that episode is having Will on the live giving Jordan props that Jordan put Will on with ASFs, because back when Jordan was originally talking about ASFs and all this stuff, I'm not gonna say Will was in my DMs talking shit, but he was kind of like, I don't agree what Jordan says. I don't think this is true. And that's fine. Like that's one thing I love about Will. Will doesn't feel something's accurate, he'll speak on it. He don't give a fuck. Like he'll speak how it is in a politeful manner. But now Will was on the live saying, dude, Jordan changed my whole game with the ASFs. And man, if I wasn't in Cali, bro, I'm telling you, those ASFs, bro, they are the best. Like most nutritional. Like I'm talking about USD prime beef. Like I'm talking like getting a fucking steak at filet, like at Ruth Chris. Like that's what an ASF is. I feel like
I breed ASS.
I would too if I were you.
Yeah, after that, I was like, hell yeah. So now I fed off my rats and just started stacking the ASS. Just
They take off, man. I'm telling you, like the hatchlings, anything you feed anything you feed an ASF to, they take off very quick, bro. It's. I'm telling you, there's a reason behind it, and I don't knock it either, man. It's just, I just know that
they
you don't
smell better. They absolutely
definitely smell better. They definitely smell better.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't mind getting into ASFs if I wasn't breeding. Well, I guess all the way up until like they get too damn big, it makes sense. But then you're switching over to the stinky ass rats, anyways.
I mean, well, here's the thing: you don't see with ball pythons, you don't need anything bigger than an adult ASF. You don't. But with boas, you definitely do. Like, I mean, I can tell you that much, and other species. But here's the thing: green tree pythons, ASFs are like fucking. Like I feel a green tree python would thrive off an ASF diet. I really do. I don't think they need anything bigger than an ASF adult, because an ASF adult is like a size of a good sized small rat, you know, like as far as, you know, gram wise. But
Agreed.
I don't know. I mean, it just sucks because I'm in Cali and I can't work with them. I could get them frozen thawed though. So, I mean, that's a good thing. So, and I have been, so yeah.
Sounds like you need to move to Arizona, MJ.
No, I'm good. I just bought a house. I ain't moving fucking anywhere forever. I'm good. I don't want to, bro. You know what, dude? Man, I literally thought I was out of the fucking. I was in the clear with the move, and like with the rack overheating, and then my garage broke. Okay, the biggest shitstorm that happened to me last week was like California or San Diego. I think all Cali has been extra cold lately, like extra cold. And when the fucking first week or the first weekend of me having the animals in this fucking room, the garage breaks. And what I mean by that is like I had this garage insulated. I had it to where once it's closed, I don't need to open it, right? And then what happened was it tried getting open with the latch on, so it fell off the track. Like the latch was on and the garage tried opening, right? So the garage was fucking broken, wide open, while we had the coldest weekend ever in San Diego and the rain was just pouring down. My room's at like 65 and I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking terrible. We get the garage fixed and then I realized how cold it is in the room. I'm like, well, I better heat a rack that I haven't heated up ever. And then for whatever reason, I picked the wrong thermostat where the thermostat goes haywire and it fucking overheats my whole rack, bro.
Oh shit.
Overheats my whole rack. The rack gets to 160. Okay. And I have 4 animals die, bro.
Damn.
And one of them was my holdback marble anery super dwarf that I produced last year. Like my fucking my hitter, the number one pick out of the clutch. Yeah, it was a bum, bro.
Fuck. It's all bad, man. Yeah, I saw yeah, that was all bad. I watched I forgot what episode you talked about it in the intro, man. It's fucking heartbreaking. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it just had, but I'm not opposed to talking about it because, I'm somebody who moves too quick. Not proud of it, but when I know I have so much ahead of me, I try to fucking get the shit done. And so this is why I try to tell people this, because I don't want them to make the same mistake as me. If you're somebody who moves too quick, this is what's going to happen. Don't move so fast. And or even if you're moving quick, just triple check shit. And at the end of the day, I didn't triple check something, and that's what happens, Thanks, Adler. We all know it was a banger.
Fucking Adler. Oh, here, I'll drop something.
I'm getting one.
Well, yeah, not that.
No,
nobody cares.
Can you guys get one from me? I have 42. Can you guys please get one from me?
I texted you the minute that clutch hit the ground. I was like, yo, you got a wait list?
Levi's number 1 on the list for sure.
110%.
Adler's in the comments. I'll drop this. I hope you don't mind, Adler. He's coming on in March. Ahead of the Tinley show.
You got Adler coming on?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. I've wanted Adler since I first heard about him. Who the fuck it wasn't the podcast he did with you. Somebody told me about him, and I wasn't following him. I should have. I'm really bad about that. If I say I'm going to follow you, fucking make sure I follow through on that shit. But I looked through his shit, and I saw that he was working with super dwarfs, and I was like, damn, that would be somebody really cool to get on the podcast. Then he came on yours, and we started talking in your comments, and I don't know, was it you, Chris, or somebody? He messaged me confused, and I was like, oh shit, there's my opening. I'm gonna talk to him. Like, absolutely had to have Adler. Like, super excited for that one.
He said, was it Bill?
It might have been, bro. It might have been Bill that told me about you. Where'd he get?
Listen, Adler is a force to be reckoned with, man. The guy is very, like, he's a real animal lover. He really cares about the animal, but he has certain assets to bring to the whole platform of how you present sales and social media. I can't talk too much on this, but the guy Adler is going to change the whole game. You should have him on your show. And, you know, maybe press him about how he could change the game. I don't know. If he wants to talk about it, he can. I don't want to be the one. But I know that this guy has some crazy stuff that he's working on. He has investors having meetings with him over this shit. I wish you all the best, Adler. Don't get too big for me, but my man, please.
Oh, for real. He was in our comments too when talking about how him and CMB Bill.
And also, I'm putting on Adler with all these people. There's no way Adler could ever say Bill is his brother without me. You know that, Adler. But Adler, listen, you know, you got so many people who want me to put them on with people that I know. I will happily put Adler on with everyone I know because that's what kind of person Adler is. Adler is a genuinely good person, and he will change everything that you have going on in a good way. I'm telling you, Adler is the truth.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he already did that. I messaged him, asking him some questions, and man, he was just talking to me like easy going.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was from Arizona or was in Arizona for a long time. Like, it fucking sucks. I never got to meet him.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he used to live in Santana Valley, bro.
He did? Adler, you lived in Arizona? I thought you were always from Cali. My bad. I never knew that.
No, he went back with the rest of you. Never mind. I'm not even. I'm not going on my Cali tangent tonight.
You can't, bro, because we're not all the same. You can't really, like, especially with me. I don't want to say I'm a Cali Texan, but like I have Texas beliefs within me. You know what I mean? Like I can never leave my Mexican food. I can't leave my weed plug. I can't leave like the luxurious lifestyle I have here. I live a very luxurious lifestyle that is hard for me to turn in. I can't, bro. I'm sorry, but you guys in Arizona aren't as luxurious as San Diego weather, bro. It's not, and that's the fact, bro. It is what it is. You guys.
That's what chases you guys right back, bro. People come out here and they suffer in the heat, and then they go right the hell back.
I'm telling you, man. Like, you can't, and especially after the last couple of years of me traveling, I've been almost every fucking state that I could think of, and or every region of the country, and nothing beats Southern SoCal. Like, especially if you're from here. Like, I get it. Nothing beats home. If you're from home, it's different, right? But when you're from the number one city in the country, it's completely different. It's I can't help but to be fucking snobby. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a snob, but you ain't outdoing our Mexican food. You ain't outdoing our weed. You ain't doing out our part. Bro, San Diego parties like a motherfucker too. Like, San Diego is known for partying, even though partying is not always the best thing. I'm just telling you though, San Diego is where it's at.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll find out when I come down there. I've never been to San Diego, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt there.
Please, I got these wristbands, these VIP taco tour wristbands with your name on them, buddy. And I'll take you on this tour, and it will change your entire fucking life.
Taco tour wristbands.
Taco tour wristbands, VIP, bro. They're hologram.
Yeah, I missed you when you were down. Did you end up coming to the turtle thing, or did you miss the turtle thing?
No, I missed it. Me and Matt Summers. I was supposed to go to Miguel's house that next Friday, and then we got okay. So this is what happened. So originally, I was supposed to be the whole weekend in Arizona. I was supposed to go to that conference, right? And then I've been waiting for Miguel to call me for like ever, and then finally Miguel hits me up, says, "Hey, can you come by my house Friday?" And I said, "Fuck it, well." Yeah, I got it because there was business I had to finish with Miguel. So I said, yeah, I will not go to this fucking turtle thing, and I will go to your house Friday. So as we're driving back to Matt Summers' house, and I was going to go from Matt Summers' house to Miguel's house, I got a call that we got approved for this house, that our offer got accepted. And so when our offer got accepted, my wife, and mind you, I've only been doing the snake game for about, like, legit, I became an LLC last year. So the money that I have to buy this house, the bank don't give two shits about, because I don't have any, like, so basically I had to give all my money to my wife. Everything was ran under my wife's name, right? So once my wife got a fucking approved for this shit, then obviously we had to get all this money together and get it ready. So I was like, I was stressing out. I was like, holy shit. So I was like, I got to go home. So instead of even going to Miguel's, I went back home, went to the bank, got all my fucking shit together. It was crazy because I couldn't believe we got this house offer accepted. I couldn't fucking believe it. Like we went crazy under the asking, and they accepted it. And
Shit.
but yeah, so yeah, that's why it happened, man. And then ever since then, my life has been chaotic, bro. It's been fucking nonstop, no chill, house, remodel inside this fucking, I put 22 grand into this goddamn room that I'm in right now. I'm broke, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I'm broke.
It's a good broke, though.
It is a good broke. And thank God for the ball python fucking money, man. This is all ball python money that got taken from me. So it's all good. Cheers. I gotta say, man, I was sitting on this money for too long. So don't sit on money, people. Spend that shit. Bro, listen, money, you got to spend money to make money. And even though it's scary at times, it's all going to come back. It's just money.
Respect. So you threw an offer out there. I'll throw one out there. If you're not too busy in April, we have an expo going on. The same one that was going on when the turtle thing was going on. I would love to see you come and like make a fucking big deal out of it, because it's really what we need for our expos to go to that next level. Like, we have big names show up, but nobody makes a big fucking deal of it. So it would be honorary to have you like walking around and fucking, being there and then hanging out with Vanessa at the USARK table. Be fucking cool.
Right. I'm down for that, because at the end of the day, I feel like other states like Arizona should have more bigger shows. I think Washington's also another state that should have more of a bigger show, because how many legit keepers are in Washington, but Arizona especially. Arizona's our neighbor. That's right next to us. And I have one of my good friends, Alex Panda Fonda, is from Arizona. I have not been to his place yet. Listen, I see me in Arizona collabing a lot in the near future, man. And if my schedule is open, then yeah, I'll for sure be down to go to that fucking convention and do anything I can in Arizona for sure.
Fuck yeah, let's go herping while you're out here. It's a perfect month for it too.
I'd rather go eat or something. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just kidding. No. I heard Arizona has no. Here's the thing. Like, I've gone herping in Cali. Cali's not fucking Arizona herping. Arizona herping is a whole nother level. I've seen it through my boy Alex and what he finds. It's legit out there, and I'd be down. I'd be down for sure, especially as it gets warmer. 110%, I'd be down.
Fuck yeah. I'll tell you, you're into diamondbacks and rattlesnakes and shit, right?
I love I love Crotalluses, man. That's my shit, man. I love rattlesnakes. Love them.
I'll take you to a guaranteed fucking spot, man. You never see this many in your life, ever. They're all just this one spot. And, shout out Rodriguez Reptiles, because he took me to the spot and showed me. And, man, dude knows more than he lets off as far as like herping goes. Like, I really wish he'd do more fucking videos on it, but that's besides the point. Yeah, we go out every year, and it's a fucking blast. Arizona's second to none.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. Fuck yeah. Fuck. I was gonna go somewhere with that. I lost it again. Chip's fucking comment distracted the shit out of me.
There you go, Chip.
Right.
That's 2. He's 2 for 2. No, Adler distracted you, and then Chip distracted me. Yeah, anyways. Well, fuck, man. We're coming up on 2 hours. I don't know if you want to keep going.
Bro, this is your show, man. I mean, listen,
Bro,
I do have things I got to handle, but I mean, if you got more things we need to talk about, we can. Just let me know.
I was like, man, I just felt like we were bonding now.
Yeah.
How is the new room? I'm really curious about that. Now that it's all constructed, you're moved in. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. my biggest concern from the get-go was the walk-in incubator that I have now, because it's 8 levels. There's so much space. My plan, Ryan Young is one of my biggest influencers when it comes to keeping multiple species. I've had him on the show, and he has, Ryan Young. I don't know if you know who Ryan Young is, but he has the record, I feel like, for the most python species bred within a private sector, which I think he's close to 30 now. So if you imagine that, right, how impressive that is. He hatches everything out of one room, out of one incubator. He has a big walk-in incubator, and everything has different levels of temps. So he has the lower 80 stuff on the bottom, and then he has the higher 80 stuff up top, and that's how he does it. So that's how I'm trying to do this here. I'm literally I have tree monitor eggs, I have retic eggs, I have ball python eggs, all in one incubator cooking right now as we speak. But it's all, but all the temps are locked in, everything's working good. So that's a huge relief. And what's behind me is doing good. Because technically I have everything in one room, but there's a wall that splits in between, right? So on this other side of the wall, it's all the trap stuff, all my pythons, the monitors, all the hot stuff is on that side, all the cooler stuff is on this side. So it's still adjusting, man, day by day. It's only been a week, I want to say, or a little bit more than a week that I've had everything in here, and it's fucking still a trip. But all I could do is take it day by day. I'm constantly looking at thermostats, constantly checking temps, constantly looking at snakes, constantly looking for fucking everything. I still have stuff pairing right now, and nothing seems to change. Everything, even the same snakes that were locking before are still locking now. So we'll see what happens.
Hell yeah! When are we gonna get to see it? You got a plan for that? Some big
soon. I've been lagging on my vlogs, right? And so this is my game plan. Obviously Texas is next week. I have some vlogging plans for my trip to Texas. So I think my next coming out vlog will be the Texas trip, and then vlog. I think I'll be ready to do a vlog on the new room, because I have pictures I want to hang. The lights just got installed, and I'm talking about the ceiling lights and everything just got installed. Yes, so we're almost there. I'm not gonna lie, I do need a shed, and what I mean by that, one of those backyard sheds, because I have all my shipping boxes, all it's everything's good, but I need space for all the other shit, the merch, the fucking shipping boxes, all the extra tubs. I everything that you have supply wise. I want that out of here, and I'd rather have that in a shed, because it will create so much more space. But I have everything clumped up together, and so it doesn't look bad, but it just looks really packed in here. It looks like it's already packed, and so, but it's fine. I don't have any expansions in mind. I mean, I could tell you one thing. I need you guys to back me up on this. I feel like my baby boy is going to really want tree monitors in his room. And so if we could get the tree monitors in my son's room for the jungle theme, because it's jungle theme, and that's, that makes sense, right? If we could get the tree monitors in my son's room, then that means I could get more lace monitors. And so
I'm on board, bro. Hell yeah.
I want one more.
Hold on. Before I speak on this, let me ask an honest question here. What does the wife say?
I mean, she's not opposed to it. I think because she does she likes Brittany and Kevin. She enjoys them, and they're in a Focus Cube habitat. Shout out to the sponsor, but Focus Cube habitat have a really awesome, beautiful enclosure, and she's not opposed to it. I think I could easily get away with that. She don't want snakes though. No snakes.
Then 100%. You're fuck everyone else's opinion. Hers is the only one that matters on that one.
It really does, yeah.
Okay, quick side tangent. You want to talk about family, wives, and stuff, right? I have been working with snakes for I don't know how many years. I don't keep track of numbers, but getting back into it, the one thing I have been trying to get is a snake in the bedroom on top of my dresser, just a display animal. This happened a couple months ago, and I'm years into this thing. I finally convinced my wife to let me put one on the dresser. And it's not even the coolest display animal I have, so I'm not pushing my luck. But I got it. So that's why I asked about the wife. As long her opinion is the only one that fucking matters, honestly. As long as they're safe, secure, the kid is safe, shit. Your wife's good with it, go do it.
I mean, if you want to talk about one sponsor I need to protect, it's my wife, bro. And that's like I said, if my wife is cool with it, I don't give a fuck what anyone else has to say. Like, I'm good. But you know, like, that's, man, I'm so blessed to have my wife who, like, trust me, she don't want all this in the house, but she appreciates it. She loves it. And there are certain things that she's not opposed to having in the house. Like the house we were at before we moved here had a tree monitor, or excuse me, we had all my tree monitors. We had all this inside the house. We had a lot going on. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. That would be cool, man. You definitely have my backing on it. You know, again, as long as it's done right, your wife's good with it, man. That's really everything there is to it. Can we give a special shout out to all the wives of the hobby real quick that put up with our shit
and husbands, bro? Listen,
and husbands, yeah.
Or significant others, whatever. There's some people who aren't married, but like if you're that other half supporting the other half, letting them do their thing, and they're doing it right, God bless you. That's all I gotta say.
Right, amen to that.
Dude, I can't believe my wife has put up with this shit for this long. Like, it surprises me. I love that woman so much.
Hey, listen, I gotta take a quick piss. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second, okay?
Bet.
I'm surprised you didn't do this earlier. He laughed. You heard him.
This has by far been the best episode to date. No, and it's not even just because it's MJ. Like, this fucking vibe is insane.
Bro, well, I was going to tell him, which is crazy, because he said my cousin, his name is Jasmine. Remember? My daughter's name is Jasmine.
Tell him when he gets back, bro. That's fucking wild. Look at the intertwining. Like, we need to get MJ on a Warriors Nation with Whammo when we're going completely off the
that'd be
rails.
Fucking dope. Yeah. That would be dope. So when he gets back, dude, I'm going to tell him. But I think I'm going to run and take a piss, too, while he's taking a piss.
Walbury, shout out to your boyfriend. And congratulations for having a partner that lets you put snakes in the bedroom, because that's been an uphill fight. Oh, I'm solo up here at Eden. That's fucking great. It would be 5 though.
Hey, dude, he's left like 3 times.
I know. It's Chris. It's what he does.
All right, I'm just saying. I've not been that bad.
No, but Chris does what Chris does.
God bless.
So, real quick, one thing that I want to shout out Chris, for being a G first and foremost, but second of all, Chris has this thing that he started. Like, do you have a team, right? Do you have like a group chat that you throw ideas out there, or anybody in your like direct circle, not like the reptile industry in general, but like your inner circle?
Yeah, my trap talk management team. Yeah.
We put together that, and that's what Mi Familia is like a partnership of ours and this team that we put together. And as you were asking about the podcast and how everything was going, I think that's one of the biggest steps that we've taken, is being able to have a team to bounce things off of, people to keep us, on track and focused, people that are willing to check us. I don't know if anybody in your circle will do that, but like if you say or do something that's just like way out there, they're like, whoa, hold on, time out. Let's talk about that. You know what I mean? But off camera, away from the mainstream.
Yeah, see, everyone fucks with what I have to say.
Check this out, because you said you had a cousin named Jasmine, right?
Yeah.
My daughter's name's Jasmine, who named her grandson Levi.
That's crazy. That's
crazy, right?
Yeah.
The intertwinings.
But yeah, I mean, what were we talking about before that?
The team.
Yeah.
Your management team.
Yeah, but listen, it's so crazy because you build if you build something to where you feel like you want to share all your ideas, like the trust has to be there. Like it's so crazy, right? And I feel like I have the best judgment with with trust, but I also don't. Like, there's been times where I've said shit to somebody where, oh my God, that was the wrong person. You know, like let's think about this. The person that I had in my Discord that screenshotted the shit that I said about that person during that time, and the way they gave that information, and then that person waited till the next day to post that information to make it seem fresh, like that right there, that was my fuck up, because all I had to do was go through my members and see like who the fuck, first and foremost, who isn't even in my, because you understand, you join my Patreon page, I give you a link to the Discord. You're part of the family, right? And then there's certain people like if you're a part of my Patreon page and then you fucking you leave after a month or two, which I'm not mad at, you're not gonna stay in the Discord, because the Discord is a safe zone. Discord the Discord is for family members, right? But if you have like given me support for over 6 months or a year, like, God damn, you've given me a lot. I don't, like, you're a part of this shit forever. So there were certain people that I kept a part of the family, even though they weren't a Patreon member no more. And there's not a lot. I mean, like, there's like people I know. So it was so easy to pinpoint who the fuck that person was that went ahead and took that snapshot and changed it over. Right. But at the end of the day, like, you have to be on top of that kind of stuff. Like, if you want to build a circle, if you want to build a team, and if you want to feel like you want to speak freely, you better stay on top about who you're saying it in front of. And even the Discord shit, man, like, I mean, it sucks that I have to do this now, but every other day I just go through the members and I go, who isn't a Patreon? Because now, because of this one person, if you're not a Patreon member, you're not in the Discord, you're booted. You're like, I hate to do this, but the Discord is for paying Patreon members now. That's it. Okay. Because, like, I always think it's weird, even though I've had this happen, guys. Imagine somebody paying you $50 a month, but they hate you. What? Like, imagine that.
To get that inside information.
I've had it. I firsthand have seen this shit. I've seen somebody deteriorate. I've seen somebody deteriorating my own Patreon community, my Discord, and they're a $50 a month tier member. Like, what the fuck? Like, that is fucking twisted. That is so weird, but it happens. So guess what? Now I have to move smarter. Now I have to move very smart. So not even the $100. Yeah, I mean, if you want me to teach you how to fucking trap and podcast, $200 a month. I will coach you every fucking week. I will be there, right? But not even that person I could trust now. Like, it doesn't matter. People don't care. Actually, people will get through to you because of money. People will get closer to you. Like, you know how many people, like, during this whole fucking cancellation thing, you know how many people join my Patreon page just to get close to the Patreon, just to see? And then they cancel the next, like, they just that 1 month. They wanted that 1 month just to see what was going on and just to pay, and then they dipped out afterwards. You know what I mean? So it's like the whole building a fucking circle is tough. You just got to be on top of it, man. Especially when you're somebody who has trust issues like me. Oh yeah, I got trust, and I'm not talking about personal trust issues. I'm talking about reptile trust issues. I got trust issues within this fucking hobby. If you want to ask me, oh boy, do I? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you right now.
Ask him. I'm on the same page as you.
Listen, and I say this with all due respect. The motherfucker who tried canceling me, okay, never once came to me and told me he had a problem with me, okay? But then yet he goes on a fucking podcast, like a fucking, whatever the fuck he is, and said that was the 16th straw that he broke with me. Really? Because we never spoke about that every time we talked together personally, right? So it just shows how snaky people are. Like, at the end of the day, the motherfuckers who try to cancel me just wanted me out of the game. And how did that work for you?
It didn't.
You know what's crazy? It's like who the fuck thinks I could be out of the game within 2 years when I have all this? Like, are you fucking kidding me? You think I'm gonna say, oh god damn it, they went in on me on YouTube, I need to sell everything, I'm out of the game in 2 years? You stupid fuck. Shut the fuck up. You ain't canceling shit. Nobody's canceled. You got to want to be canceled to be canceled. And guess what? I'm going to say this with all confidence. You ain't canceling shit. Amen.
Man, I love this. I love this right now.
I mean, it's true, though. Like, that's the one combatant that nobody wants to speak of on cancel culture is you can't be canceled unless you want to be canceled.
Yep.
Unless you are willing to cave to what people say. And this is in life in general. Like, you just can't cancel somebody that's like, no, fuck you, I'm not going anywhere.
And check this out. You know how many menses I made throughout this whole let's cancel MJ thing? Like, there were people I actually spoke to, and I'm like, man, I'm glad I'm like Kayla, like that Jube, right? Shout out to Jube. That dude, she's my homegirl now. Like, we spoke. But let's talk about the number one person who tried to cancel me. The number one guy who has his outbreaking YouTube video about me. He never spoke to me. He never wanted to talk to me. He wanted nothing. There was no mending with this guy, because that was the mentality. Like, they take him out, take him down, done. Like, bro, like, they celebrated that. Like, I lost 2 sponsors. One of them getting back. The other one I don't give a fuck about. But they celebrated that. Like, they literally had a show where they cheered at the sponsors who decided to leave me. That, like, you made that an episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Mind you, like I said, it got a few hundred views, because anytime they mention MJ, that's when they get a few hundred views. When they don't mention MJ, it stays about 130, 150.
Hold on. Isn't that bad for, like, the sponsors, though, too?
For my sponsors?
No, for the sponsors that, you know, they're celebrating that left them. Isn't that bad on them too?
I would think so, right? Because at the end of the day, have I come and said, guys, these are the people who don't support me no more. Guys, stop. No, I've never said shit. I've never badmouthed the people who don't support me no more. If you don't want to sponsor me no more, God bless you. That's fine. That's not my place, because I'm in a different level with this shit. But I'm just kind of telling you, like, the mentality of these fucking, like, these are people who aren't doing shit within the hobby, but talking shit. Like, these are, like, your resume is you talk shit on comments. Your resume on your YouTube channel, okay, is you talk shit about other people. Your biggest videos viewed are you talking shit about MJ.
Yeah, those are the people I don't understand.
I am your career. Understand that. Without me, you would not have anything over 100 fucking views. Okay, that's all I got to say. But that's fine. That makes me. I mean, I'm not saying I feel good over it, but goddamn, these people shows you how fucked up, like, these low lives have. Like, they're like they ain't got nothing going on, bro. But anyways, I don't want to keep rattling, holding this.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
But what's
hold on, time out. They tried canceling Kayla for coming on. That's the shit that pisses me off. Like, fuck you, leave her alone.
Who tried canceling Kayla? Who tried canceling Kayla? I never heard of that. That's
what they said right here.
Sir, where was this at? That's funny, because I feel like Kayla would have told me this. That's crazy. But anyway, hey, you ain't gonna cancel Jube. She's too gangster. She's too legit at what she does, bro. Like, she has like if you try to come at Kayla and her crew, you're like, look what happened to Billy. Look at that guy. He got fucking bitched. He got bitched quick. He got checked so hard where he backed the fuck down. Finally, someone got Billy to back the fuck down. Because you want to talk about a fucking big mouth. Like, you know, you want to talk about somebody who fucking, like, that's a snake right there. And I'm not on my show, I'm on your show. So I'll say this 100%. Don't trust Billy Rose. That motherfucker's a snake. That fool is a snake. And if I would love, hey, listen, bring me and that guy on your show. I would love that. I would fucking love that. I would love that. I would love to see if this guy has the balls to bring me on the show. Because if you want some real raw content, bring me a podcast with Billy Rose. Because I will never bring that lame to my show ever again. But I would love to give you guys that kind of view censorship. Because there's big time breeders out there who would love for me to fucking ring out Billy Rose. And I would love to ring out Billy Rose like a fucking dirty cloth like this, bro. Oh my God. Bring it on. Bring it on with that guy. That guy right there is fucking he's scum. Fuck that guy. 110%.
Damn. I mean, I'm not down for it.
Bring him on. There's so many people who are afraid to talk to Billy the way he needs to be talked to. And I'm ready to talk to this guy. I am so ready to talk to this guy. But like I said, it will never be on my platform ever again. I won't ever. I'm good. I've already, like, he's fooled me. He's unfortunately made me feel like he was somebody that he's not, and he's not. He's not. He's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but this is the way it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes in this world. You know what I mean? You got to be smart enough to know it. You know what I mean? So,
Nah, I get it. And
listen, and if you don't see what the issue is with my issue, does that make it an issue? No, this is how I fucking feel. This is my own experience. And if you want me to elaborate and get down into details, how about you bring them on the show and I will go into detail? How about that? But how about you not judge somebody because they feel a certain way? My experience isn't your experience. Equiline, whatever the fuck. And you know what's crazy is like there's so many people who piggyback other people because I've never had a problem. Okay, so because you've never had a problem, there's been no problem? Is that what that means? Shut the fuck up.
Perspective. It's all about perspective.
Hey, shut the fuck up, please. Shut up. Just because you probably want the guy on your show and you need fucking views, shut the fuck up. Stupid. I'm tired of this shit. And this is well known. I ain't the first one to say not to trust Billy Rose. My God, get the fuck out of here. So many people believe in that. Like, get out. Like, this is a real thing. Look what he put JP through. Are you kidding me? He put pictures of his face all over his building, bashing him. Are you fucking kidding me? Shut the fuck up. You're gonna come after me for bullying after what this guy did to JP. Shut up. Seriously, shut up.
I missed that. What?
Yeah, I know. I missed that too. I'm like, what?
That was a time. How about that? Yeah, of course. You know, it's funny. Everyone misses that because they're brand new. People forget, right? Go talk to JP about that. That was a whole thing. And then I had Billy on the show like, I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, contradicting shit. My biggest problem with Billy is the fact that he wanted me canceled after he was the one trying to be canceled. And I stood up for him. You know what I mean?
That's where I
but I had so many people who gave me the warning about how he was. Like, and guess what? The only relevant breeder in the ball python game, and let me repeat this, the only relevant ball python breeder in the game that wanted me canceled was Billy Rose.
Yeah, Bree, no, hold on. I'm with you, but so Bree, you're new to the game. Like MJ brings up a good point. There's a lot. So this is where a lot of shit in this industry gets fucked up. And this is where I support you a lot, MJ, and I support a lot of other people too, because a lot of it. So Curtis, hold on, talk about. Let's shout out CMB real quick because Curtis said it the best, right? We're in a time gap right now where a lot of the old generation is starting to see their way out of the industry. Earl spoke on this, and Curtis kind of made it hit home, right? Let's see if you agree, MJ. A lot of the guys of the very, very early generations and that really made it to where we could do what we do are starting to see their way out of the game just by age, or they're tired of it. They want to fucking retire. They don't want anything to do with this. That leaves the door open for a brand new wave of people to come in. I would suggest that a lot of us are a part of that wave because it's going to be multiple generations of waves that's taking over for multiple generations taking over. As those waves are coming in, we don't know the history that is there when these things are spoken on. We only know in the moment. We're very tunnel vision. MJ, everybody else that's been involved in a lot of the stuff that's going on have a very wide panned vision and has seen multiple perspectives of this. We only have one. So when something's spoken about, don't let your emotions fully get involved. I'm not going to lie. I liked Billy. We've had him on the show. But I also do remember somebody speaking on JP having a massive issue with him. And you also get a big issue of people don't want to speak on subjects like that. So we don't get the full fucking Pan-American view of everything that's going on. So you can't jump one person for speaking on something and not knowing the full story. It is what it is.
And you're going to feel really stupid when you do it prematurely and not understand, like, oh, holy shit. Because this is what happens with me, right? Like, I say a lot of shit and people are like, oh my God, MJ. But guess what fucking happens after a while? I get those, I'm sorry, MJ. You were right. You were right, MJ. I just have a shell-shocking thing that I do, which I don't do on purpose. But really, I want to see who the fuck comes to bat for Billy Rose. Hey, listen, my DMs are ready, okay? The one person that I went after on that one episode, Shane Kelly should have never been attacked. Shane Kelly's actually, his resume is really solid. The guy's a really good person, right? Even though I don't agree with the way he handled things, Like I wish he would have talked to me more. That's more of a personal thing. To the hobby, Shane Kelly's an outstanding individual. Okay, so definitely I fucked up by going after him because he takes care of his animals, doesn't sell sick animals, doesn't fuck people over, doesn't bully them on Patreon platforms and call them cunts and bitches and all this shit, right? Like I can't talk shit about Shane Kelly. I could talk shit about Billy Rosso. That guy right there. I mean, good luck. Go ahead. My DMs are open. Please. Even to you, Billy. Please. I would love to fucking finally have a podcast with this guy where I would like to talk how it is about you, mister. Because, I feel like his goal is to make sure everything looks bad on anyone else but him. And this is a good example. How dare you try to want to jump on this bandwagon of trying to cancel me when you were in my position? You were in my shoes and I backed you up. Dude, this is the true color shit. Like people kind of paint like if you talk to the right people in this industry, they're going to paint a picture on a wall for you. They're going to paint the fucking picture, and it's up to you to either look at the picture or let that picture come upon you when it's ready. But listen to your closest people. And the closest people to me always give me the best advice in this game. So, but yeah, man, listen, I don't want, it's so easy to be fucking fooled into this game. You guys know this. You guys know that there's people out there who are followed who are really piece of shit people. Like they don't deserve the respect that they have. Okay. And if I could be an influence to correct people on some of that, I'm going to. Hate me if you want, but I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Especially
no, you're not.
I'm not wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not wrong. Like Luke's
Here,
funny.
Let me reinforce your point here. I spoke on it once. I'll speak on it again. I don't have an issue fucking speaking on it. Fuck Peter Call, right? I'm going to say it up front. There is a situation there that has been there for fucking years that finally made its way to light. That he is a racist piece of shit, and the proof is there. But
who is?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like, bro, go ahead, finish.
But for years, right? For years, a lot of us new people didn't know about it. I didn't know about it. I wish I'd fucking known about it way earlier. But that was my first shell shock to the fact that Peter's a fucking racist. I was sent multiple fucking pieces of article about this dude being fucking racist. It's been a thing. But because he's a big name, he did a lot for the hobby, it protected it. People just kind of swept that shit under the rug. Like that fucking I would have never fucking known. And that's a shining example of what the hell, when somebody shows their true colors that was looked up to and idolized, you're wrong sometimes. I was wrong. I was severely fucking wrong.
And he idolized that guy. I'm not gonna lie. And I messaged him and I said, "This is the guy you idolize? Like, what the fuck?"
So check this out. Like here, this is one thing we all need to realize as humans. Like, none of us are black here, right? Like, are you black? Are anybody black here?
No.
Chris, okay. Really, we can't really speak on this topic with Pete Call, right?
Yeah.
But I do know this. I do know within the own black breeder community, there's certain black people that don't give a fuck. Okay. And that right there does have some sort of an effect on the people who do care. Okay. But that's also the same shit that's happening almost in any category. You got somebody who rips somebody off. Some people care. Some people don't care. It all comes down to the person and the fucking politics. That's what bothers me. There's some people who can't do no wrong. Like, what I mean by that, they could sell a dead snake. They could fuck anybody over, but they'll still be relevant. It doesn't matter. They'll still sell a snake. That's the scary thing about the industry we work in. We could be the worst person on earth. Like, Chip mentioned Slytherin. That guy Slytherin somehow could still go to a show, set up and sell snakes. I don't know how, but he can. So
I got a dude here in Arizona. Like, it's not on the big scale that fucking dude is, or some of these bigger names, but he's a big name here, and he's still at the fucking expo. Fucking dead animals, mites, fucking starving animals, no fucking changed water dishes, cohabitated animals that were fucking killing each other. And the dude was at an expo. He was at not this most recent one, but the one before that. How the fuck did that guy get through the doors?
Yeah.
Somebody explain that to me.
Like, there's going to be a lot of things that we don't know how it happened. It's going to happen. Like, there's going to be people supported, which we don't know how they're supported, but there's people who are going to support them. And, you know, I for a while, it wrapped around my head how people could support certain other people who are on paper known to be some of the worst people ever in this game. And it ain't going to stop. Like, all you could do is worry about your own circle, but still respect anyone else who's watching. And, you know, listen, if anyone wants to think, oh my God, MJ went off, I'm very passionate about what I do, and I'm very protective about the people who I bring into this game. So if I could give you guys a heads up on anyone who I feel like needs a heads up on, I'm going to say it. And I'm going to tell you right now, there have been people I brought up who did not deserve to be brought up. But there are people who do deserve to be brought up, and I will bring them up. I will just continue to speak facts. That's it. Okay? Facts can hurt people's feelings time for time, because guess what? Heroes can become your villains, right? Like, you could have somebody who you think is the most perfect person on earth, and then you find out facts about them, and now you wish you didn't love them so much. That is life. I'm sorry that this could happen to you, new person, or a person who's been here for a while and you've been obsessing over this person's work. Not everyone's perfect, and not everyone's the hero that you think they are. So that's the reality of life. So I want to kind of go back to the positive side of things, because I do love what we do. I do love, but like, listen, if you're going to paddle on someone's boat, just know the boat you're on and know that you're paddling for the right person. And that's it. And this is like, you know, if I'm going to paddle for any boat, it's for Sexin and Flexin podcast. Like, this is something I support, and I will paddle for you guys because what we're bringing here. But all I care about is genuine facts, man. Don't let the facts hurt you. Just listen to it. That's it.
Respect. I appreciate it, MJ. Real quick, you want to get on the positive, right? I'm gonna fucking totally reach around on this one. I don't give a fuck. You know, shout out to you and all the support you have shown us.
For real.
There are people that come. There are people that fucking PM me. There are fucking all kinds of shit talking that always goes on, and I'll shut it down. You're one of the names I will shut it down on, because out of all the big names that has shown us support and continuous support has been you. There's not another big name that has stepped up to the plate like you have in backing us, giving us that light, and it's been more appreciated than I think I can put into words.
I mean, I just gotta say, what, like, you know, here's one thing that I'm okay being known for is being too real. Okay, I get it. It must piss some people off that MJ speaks the way he speaks, and I know sometimes even I could get a little bit out of line. But I'd much rather be known for that than somebody who sells sick animals, or somebody who's a fucking scammer, somebody who steals, or somebody who takes advantage of the animals we work with. That's not me. That's none of me. And that's make sure, like, that's a priority is, you know, at the end of the day, like, I do want to get better at choosing certain things I talk about, but I am who I am, and I always be who I am. Like, that's, and my sponsors, like the ones who chose to stay with me, oh, like they told me, don't stop being MJ. Like, we're not here to tell you to change, like, still be MJ, but just move smarter. Right. And that's all this is. This is just me moving smarter. So anything that comes out my mouth, it is processed. And even though I kind of went haywire just earlier, I still stand on those. Like, I'm going to wake up tomorrow feeling very good. I'm going to wake up feeling fine. And I got to tell you, when I mentioned Shane before, I woke up not feeling good. I didn't wake up feeling good because I know that's somebody who should have never been thrown under a light like this. So I got to make sure if I'm going to be throwing names under lights, it is valid, it is accurate, and the shit that I said tonight is 110% accurate. Nothing is out of left field, nothing is made up, everything is documented, everything is proven fact on what I said tonight, and I'm happy about it.
Oh, and good. That's, you know, that's something the world needs. The world needs more of that, you know, when you just say how it is. It's perspective. That's all that is at the end of the day.
Like, think about a Yelp review. Like, I'm a food guy, right? If I go to a restaurant, I really pay attention to Yelp reviews. I really do. Like, dude,
you really?
Yeah, because, bro, there's a community of Yelpers. Yelpers, like, there's motherfuckers who will purposely go to a place just so they could talk about it, right? And I studied the Yelp reviews. So all this is a review on how I see things. You could take it for what it is, or you don't have to take it for what it is. If I give it a 1 star and you want to eat here, eat here. If I give it a 4 star, you don't want to eat here, don't eat here. Go ahead. This is just me giving my review. Don't hate me. This is my review. This is it.
There you go.
Hey, hate me if I sell you a sick animal. Hate me if I rip you off. Hate me if I steal from you. Hate me if I fucking like try to like tear you down. You know what I mean?
No, respect. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I don't.
That's funny.
I shouldn't speak.
MJ's a reptile yoper. Hey, that should be a fucking shirt, MJ. That should be a shirt.
Eden, you get a shirt for that. Eden, do I follow you, Eden? Hit me up on Instagram. That comment right there made me love you. I don't know who you are, but I love you after that. That was great.
That's our flyer, and that's our arts guy, our concepts. Yeah. That's fucking Gio, man. He's
like listen, guys, at the end of the day, I just want everyone to know that I am a person of passion. I do get to a certain point. Understand that I do feel comfortable on this podcast. I feel like I could say how it is, and I'm always going to say how it is, but I'm not trying to steer anybody wrong. Like, you know, there's people out there who are passionate about trying to convince you of something that it's not. I only want to speak facts on how I see it, okay? But I'm not judging you if you don't want to agree with. Don't agree with like you be your own judge. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you know, if you want to again, you want to bring up about when I was being canceled, right? There was people being pressured, like they're being pressured into not following me. Like there were like I had my own Patreon members being pressured about being Patreon members. Like that is nuts to go out of your way and mass message all my people who love me. You know, like it's just pretty intense. But that's the reality of things. And so I gotta say, shout out to my Patreon members who stuck by me, all my sponsors, followers, all my subscribers, my wife. Because even my wife, man, like after putting my wife through this shit, she's also on my case and making sure, like even after tonight, she's trying to be like, yo, you probably went off a little bit too much. And maybe I did. Okay. But right now I'm passionately about speaking on what's right and what's wrong. Okay. And I will never forget what I went through. I'll never forget what I went through earlier this year, but I'm never going to forget what's right and what's wrong. And I know what's right. What's right is sticking by the people who love what you love. What do we love? We love the animals, right? So I want to take care of you guys. I want to take care of anyone who loves what I love. Don't get scammed. Don't get misled. Don't have a hero who shouldn't deserve to be your hero. And it's easy to happen. That's all. That's all I got to say, man. I love everybody. Right. I really love these animals, guys. Like this is it. I'm sorry, man, but none of you guys would matter without this. And I love but that's it. None of you guys would matter without the animals. I love the animals. If you are known to be a great animal keeper, if you've never sold a snake with Nido, if you've never destroyed anyone's collection, I love you. Keep doing what you're doing, man. But if you are somebody who's selling sick snakes, if you are somebody who can't take care of your snakes, then get out of it. Leave us alone. Like stop making us look bad, please. That's it. I love you all.
That's facts, MJ. That's facts right there.
I'm just gonna keep it going. I love you guys.
And you know, anytime you come on this show, you can say whatever you want, bro. No judgment.
Hey, listen. Day by day, I know I kind of went off there a little bit, but it felt like I was holding that in. I was holding that in for a while because it does feel kind of like backstabbish when you ride for somebody who everyone's against, but you have that upper belief, and I didn't get that. What did I do? I called somebody a brown noser. Like I said how I just felt when what happened following right after that racism. What's a bigger issue here? Are we fucking serious? Like, are we like, hello? We're talking about brown noser to the N word here. Like a hard R 3 times or something like that. Like, are you kidding me?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm confused. I'm confused here.
I took note. I took note of everybody that got involved in your shit. And when a lot of us, and by a lot of us, I mean there was a lot of people that you wouldn't even expect to speak on the issue, right, stepped up and spoke and was saying something, at least saying something in defense of the black reptile community and the black community overall. I took note of who didn't, because you want to talk about true silence is acceptance. That is fucking it.
Hey,
you see
check it
something
out.
wrong, fucking say something about it, especially when it comes to that in particular, because again, it goes beyond this reptile community. Like, you're talking it fucking politics, and fucking cities are burned to the ground for this shit. Enough is enough. But for those that didn't speak, I've got it memorized. I remember. You want to talk about an index, right, MJ? That I got all those names stored up here, and I remember who fucking didn't say something. So the next time shit pops off, you better not say those names that didn't say anything about that racism. Don't fucking speak on anything else. Period. I don't want to hear your thoughts. I don't want to hear your fucking opinion. Because if you're not willing to speak on that, your credibility is shit. Because that is a big, big fucking deal.
I just want to throw some positive here. Like, had MJ not say yes to coming on the show the first time, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I mean, I just love that you guys are just trying to bring something that's genuine. I mean, there's so many rip-off versions of something. This isn't a rip-off of anything. This is your guys' own thing. Like, even Keys, shout out to Keys. Like, Keys has his own thing. Like get your own thing. Why is it so hard to get your own thing? Just get your own thing. This is it. Like I'm telling you, guys, give yourself 3 years. Understand? I think Keys has been doing it a lot longer than you guys have too, right? Like
I think he's only has a year on us. Believe it or not,
here's a long time, my man. I'm telling you, Keys has not been letting off the throttle. Keys has been fucking full blown, like he's doing it, and Keys is coming out the mud. Keys ain't nobody fucking like homie or like he's homies with people, but like nobody's putting him on. He's putting himself on, and so it's all consistency, man. And man, I fuck with Keys hard, man. I fuck with the whole entire Unusual Suspect crew. Even though at one point I was very weirded out about people having crews, but we all have crews. Flexin and Sexin's a crew. Like Sexin Flexin's a crew. We're all Trappers a crew. Like we all have our own community. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It ain't nobody else gonna build it for us. You know what I mean? And it's like other people. Some people don't want other people to have a community that they're growing from, and that's why you should do it even more. Like the reason why you guys should do this podcast even more is because you're growing. Keep growing. Just keep
and
growing.
That's what I keep telling him. We gotta keep pushing.
And even if the numbers aren't what they like, even if this is the worst podcast you have, who cares? Like, you understand it's an algorithm. Everything goes like this. Like, everything goes like this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the views are on this. It matters who's in the chats. I gotta tell you, the people in the chats tonight, legit motherfuckers. You got some real deal people in the chats tonight, and they're listening. So
I'll take note of that shit too.
That you should, brother. Like, you really should, and never let the numbers get to your head, bro, because this YouTube shit is it's fucking fantasy. It's not real deal shit. Even if you had 20K a video, you're gonna want 100K a video. It doesn't stop. So just enjoy the journey, bro. Like, all of us. Like, think about me. I've been grinding every fucking day, not every day, but 3 podcasts a week for the last 3 years on my platform. Okay. And I have just shy of 6,000 subscribers. I'm okay with that because guess what? My numbers are doing 20K, 30K sub numbers. Like, it's all about who come and watches your shit. Subs don't mean shit. Subs do not pay your bills. It is the super chats. It's going to be the fucking viewers. It's going to be your Patreon whenever you start that. Like, you just got to start building the community on how you build it, bro. And this guy right here, Emilio. This guy right here.
I love Emilio.
I'm telling you right now, bro, I've never had a New Breed on the Block episode when I had Emilio on. Like, this guy, like, we had over 40 likes on the fucking video before we even went live. And I was like, holy shit. And then when I went to go click to have live, we had 67 people waiting in the chats. I was like, bro, this is like some Kabelka shit. Like, what the fuck? All because he hustled. He told everyone.
Yep.
Like, bro, like, this is why, like, JP, like, I told JP, you haven't fucking shared shit. I'm sorry, bro. And I love you, JP. I get it, right? But, like, Emilio doesn't miss any chances. Emilio's like, oh, I'm going to be on your show? Okay, watch what happens. And I got to tell you, I did give the belt to Ray because Ray, like, said some words to me that made me, like, hit home. But really, I feel like it's a tag team championship right now because Emilio He was the very first new breeder on the block that I had on my show that I saw his influence. We had over 120 people tapped in the entire life for a new breeder on the block series, bro. You know what I mean? And this, I was like, you're the fucking man, bro. And this was you. You pushed this shit. And so that's why I fuck with people like Emilio hard. I fuck with Emilio tough. That's my guy right there, bro. Like right there, that's somebody who, like, I don't know. The hobby needs more people like Emilio, man, for sure.
No, for sure, 100%, man. Technically, our podcast is thanks to Emilio. The reason, like, let's go back before the first episode with you and all the other names that we've had on. It was because of Emilio and getting balls deep. That's what really kicked this shit off. And me looking up at Emilio and like, holy fuck, man. Like when Emilio's presence is there, you feel it. And that, like you said, you feel his influence, his energy, his intelligence level, man. It's insane talking to Emilio. I feel blessed anytime he's on a pod with us or on a fucking channel I'm on. Shout out to Keys, bringing him on and being on the same fucking platform as Emilio. What a fucking blessing, man. And then having Keys as the cherry on top, ain't nothing to play with.
And they're running it right. Like Keys has people with energy that he could put certain things in their hands. Like, we have the homie Big Ray from Alluring Serpents, who's been a big help to the Keys Constrictors platform. They're just using each other in a good way, man. Like they're bouncing off back and forth off each other. That's keeping them, like, you guys need each other. Like the reason why I didn't say no to you guys is I'm not saying you need me, but I want to help. Like, I want to be a help to you guys. People help me. Like, well, how do you think I got where I got? The guest got me where I'm at. So one thing that hurt me a lot, bro, and I don't know if it was one of you guys. I think it was one of you guys, but there was a certain gecko breeder during this whole fucking thing that didn't want to come on your show because of me. Is that right? Was it you guys or am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was us. Yeah.
And that fuck, dude. If you want to talk about one thing that really emotionally fucked with me, was that right there. Because I get it. You want to say fuck MJ. You want to call MJ a cocksucker, spineless. This. Okay, come on, bring it on. But if you're gonna fucking attack the people who follow me, if you're gonna not attack, but if you're gonna say sorry, I'm not gonna go on your show because you support MJ, that right there. That was the biggest thing that made me stop and relax and think like, okay, MJ, how can you change this? Because I don't want to fuck up my supporters. I don't want to affect your guys' show, even though like that person might have not been wrong. Bro, you know how aggressive people came at me. Like it was very like it was shell shocking. So I almost wasn't mad at the person who didn't want to come to your show, but I was mad. I was like, what the fuck? Like, why should I be a part? Like, no, I have nothing to do with what they're trying to do. Why would you, like, why? And that's what really made me think why I should rechannel and just make sure I'm careful. Because like I said, what I said tonight is valid, right? I've said some things that maybe weren't so valid. So I got to make sure I never do that again. I can't speak out of pocket no more, bro. And I'm not trying to speak out of pocket. I only want to speak facts, but I never want to affect people like you anymore ever again. I don't want anybody to cancel a show because you fuck with me. Like that right there, I will, if you want me to be honest, that right there broke my heart, bro. That right there, like I almost fucking cried. I'm being a real G right now. I almost fucking broke down and cried because how much I'm like, you guys are trying to come up in this game, and now because you support me, some people don't want to come on your show. Dude, that right there fucked with me big time, man.
And I took the heat on that too because I made that one little comment right in the middle of it is me, and I had people telling me like, hey, if you don't follow him, I'm gonna follow you. I said, look, man, y'all do what y'all want to do.
Like, how old are we? Imagine that. Unfollow him or I unfollow you. Imagine. And this is probably a 30-year-old talking to you. This is probably a 40-year-old talking to you. Okay.
And I told him, I said, look, you know what I'm about. I preach the positive. I push the positive. Me and Levi, that's what me and Levi are shooting for. And that's what it is. That's it. I go, you know who I am. If you don't want to follow me, then unfollow me. And he was like, well, other people are gonna follow you then. I said, then it is what it is, bro.
I watched my follower count like after that like when the whole cancel culture thing started to happen. Like I forgot who asked me. I mentioned some about it and somebody was confused. But I watched my follower count start to drop. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yep. It is what it is. Like, fuck it. Like, I didn't need thank you for everybody that does support us and MJ first and foremost. It means everything to us three that you are willing to show up and give us your time. And again, go back and watch the podcast where I explain what time means to me. So thank you for giving us this precious thing in life. But if that's all it took to unfollow me, like, you weren't a true supporter. I don't fucking need it. Get out of here and don't come back. Because I've watched. That's the other. I'm sure MJ, you've seen it too. You've seen the people unfollow, and then when the fucking heat's done, like you were saying, the two-faced fucking backstabbers, they're right back.
Yeah. I mean, I see a guy right here in the comments, not Eden, but there's a guy in the comments right now that unfollowed me, wants to talk about support this, support that, but he's under that umbrella of what it is that's happening to me. But this is why you should never let anyone make you drink the juice you want to drink, okay? Because what happens eventually, you become looking stupid. You become looking stupid because you're supporting something you really don't have facts on. And then once the facts arise, once you start seeing, this is what, dude, you want to, hey, listen, this all goes back to one particular incident in my life. Do you remember the Chris Surgery incident? You remember Ball Pythons 101? Were any of you guys around for that?
No. I think I came in about that time. I think I came in.
On it.
This is going to be great. So I think this is before people knew I had sponsors, because I think if they wouldn't know I had sponsors then, they would have done the same thing. But Chris Surgery, man, and I'm going to keep it 100. This guy was my very first mentor. Like, before Miguel, this guy mentored me. But as time went on, I knew things were off. I knew there was I was like, oh man, maybe this guy isn't what I think he is, right? And then sure enough, something happens where a huge weather disaster hits Texas, right? Basically people aren't expecting this. Their animals get frozen. Do you guys remember what happened with Texas? Do you guys remember that? Right?
Yeah. Snap freeze. I give him shit about it all the time.
Yes.
So this guy, Chris Surgery, posted something how he doesn't feel sorry for anybody who's affected in Texas because they should have been ready for it. Like, this is your fault. Like, you should have known, right? And you don't do that to Texas. I'm sorry, bro. Texas is the biggest reptile keeping state we have, and he went after a whole state. Okay. And that state, oh boy, they fucking, bro, you want to talk about career suicide in a sense. This was it, right? And mind you, Chris is still somebody close to me, right? And I'm kind of like, holy shit, I can't believe he said this. And so I say, well, you know what? I need to bring you on the show. I need to ask you why you did this, right? And so once people find out I'm bringing them on my show, they all think I'm trying to agree with them. So everyone turned against me, bro. Even my own people. Like, I even had people I was close to, I saw in comments, like, talking shit. Like, I'm talking about somebody I'm bringing on next Monday. Like, and I'm going to bring this up to him and let him know, like, bro, this bothered me a little bit, but I'm not mad at you also. But there's people who thought I was trying to bring this guy on to give him some light. Like, hey, give him a break. But no, it wasn't like that. Actually, there are things about that episode I really regret. I regret bringing Billy Rose on. I brought Billy Rose on, and I brought Brian Cusco on, because I wasn't somebody affected by all the shit that this guy was doing, but this guy has talked a lot of shit about Brian Cusco, and he's definitely talked shit about Billy Rose. And so they wanted to come on the show. So basically, and this episode is over at 8,000 views. Like, it's killing it. So if you want to check this shit out, it's crazy. But go to the Chris Surgery Ball Pythons 101 Trap Talk, okay? And it's basically me, Billy, and Brian. It wasn't me bashing him. I was keeping it real, but goddamn, they murdered the shit out of him, bro. They fucking, you want to talk about like draining, like you want to talk about draining somebody to Crispies? This motherfucker was drained to Crispies, okay? So because of that, it went from one end to like, fuck MJ, he's a piece of shit, to like my DM flooded by sorries. All these, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And so I'm not a stranger to this. Like, MJ, I didn't know like what you were saying is real. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, my delivery could throw things off all the time. The way I say shit could really put people on like, what is this fool coming from? But if you just know that this is my personality, if you listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, if you actually research the shit that I'm saying, I'm accurate. I'm very, very accurate. I'm just out there. I'm just fucking wild. I'm MJ, bro. I'm a loose cannon. I really am. But I love what I do. I really do. I'm passionate about this. I mean, goddamn, we're already 3 hours deep. What an episode. 3 hours deep in this shit, bro.
Bro, it was good.
So listen, I got plans with my wife, and I've just been going ham on this. So we got to do a couple wrap up questions or something like that because I got to get going soon. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Hey, he's got plans, bro. Let's just. What do you want to do?
This was great. Hey, this was great though, bro. Like, come on, 3 hours on something that not trap talk. This is iconic. I love it. I only go 3 hours on trap talk, bro. So this is great.
This is fucking awesome. I appreciate the exclusive content, man. It's. I guess we'll wrap it up on Chris. You got one last question you got in that fucking bald ass head of yours?
I already asked him last time.
Oh well,
yeah.
This is round 2. God damn it.
Yeah, but what you think it's gonna change? Because that's a good thing.
This is fucking MJ. See, this is a goddamn shit. All right. So my wrap up question is: scared of this motherfucker as I am, with all due respect when I say motherfucker, don't kill me, Donnie. The round 3, if possible, I would love to see us two and you and Donnie on a podcast.
Oh my god!
Because I feel like the energy in that fucking podcast would be absolutely insane. To get the co-host and host and co-host and host on the same panel and just have a good time. No real point, and this is where I think I'm going to lose Donnie unless there's a point. We can make it a point if whatever he needs to make it happen. But I feel like after watching your guys' banter on the last episode you did, we could have a lot of fucking fun and bring a lot of positivity and fun to the podcasting industry. I don't know that that's really been done. We had one lined up where it's supposed to be co-host and host and co-host and host, but one couldn't make it. So,
I mean, here's the thing, guys. I can't sit here and say like, oh yeah, Donnie's cool with that. Like, Donnie's a fucking busy guy. Like, the guy doesn't sleep. He streams every day. The fact that he has time for me, I don't know. I'm like, but he wants to fuck with me. So let me talk to Donnie. Let me see what I can do. But the guy is like, he's fucking nonstop. He is like nonstop. Okay. That would be it. I'm not gonna lie. That'd be epic. That'd be a great time. That'd be something else. But just be ready with Donnie, because Donnie, for one thing, will do research on you guys. Okay. Before we actually do a podcast, if I say Donnie, hey Donnie, my boy Levi and Chris want to do a podcast with us. Can we please do it? He's going to investigate the shit out of you guys. Okay. And what that means is be ready for questions. Like, Donnie's going to come in on you guys and just be ready. That's it. If this were to happen, just come prepared. Be ready for Donnie, because Donnie's going to be Mr. fucking Donnie. You know what I mean?
I'm prepared. I'm ready. I'm open. I'm open as a book, man. Transparent.
Chris is up. So let me say that we'll end it on this, because this will be like the most controversial thing, I guess, towards your part of the world, MJ. I didn't like Donnie for the longest fucking time. I'm pretty sure there's a couple.
I didn't like Donnie, bro. I
trashed his ass though. I threw him in there with Chandler. I threw him in there with fucking Derek's and all the fucking people that were just chasing the fucking views. And if I haven't already, I have to admit I'm wrong. What changed me completely was the podcast you did with him. I was like, holy shit. Okay, this guy is legit. He's not one of those people. This, again, you want to talk about the truth and seeing somebody for the light and not drinking the Kool-Aid. I was drinking fucking Kool-Aid. I was drinking that shit up like fucking Donnie was the devil. And I was wrong. Drastically fucking wrong. I looked like a piece of shit. And I'm not just saying that to get him on the show. This is fucking accurate. Chris can vouch for it. Like,
yeah, he did.
I joined his Discord right away because I wanted to know more about the dude. And it was like, and fuck, after watching that podcast, man, he scares the fuck out of me. He done pulled out shit I haven't seen in ever. And
bro, but I like the one where he did that South Park theme shit. That was fucking dope.
I love that, bro. Like, you don't understand the way he sent me this video, which was private. It was only sent to me, and the way he edited it, I'm like, this guy could destroy me, because I have shit that I say.
No.
Bro, I've gone back to podcasts I had to fucking unlisted, because I'm like, dude, you can't, like, people, if they hear you that you said this, even though it was 3 years ago, you're fucked. And Donnie was the one that gave me the heads up on that, because Donnie's like, MJ, you know, if I really want to destroy you, I could destroy you, right? And I'm like, that's scary.
Oh, man.
I'm like, that scares me. I'm good. And he told me what podcast to unlist. I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm like, but that scares me. Like, he knows. He's like, you said this on this podcast. You said that on this podcast. I'm like, Oh my God. And bro, like, mind you, 2020, I would say 2022 and before, MJ said what MJ was, no racist shit. Never said any racist shit, but goddamn, did I really personalize and attack people? I don't, and this is why, listen, I felt like what I went through, I had to go through. I'm not saying what I went through wasn't deserved. I feel like I deserved that. I feel like I needed to go through that, and I wouldn't change anything, right? Unless I could go back and not talk about Shane, I would. But the fact that I went, understand, I went after Kayla, that girl Jujube. I bashed her for having snakes in a 4x2, which, hello, my own sponsor, Focus Cube, puts my own snakes that they bought for me in a 4x2. So who am I to talk shit, right? So that's why it's just, evolve, understand, stick to what you love, and that's it, man. This was a great episode. I gotta say, thank you so much, guys.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I got something to go out on.
Yeah.
MJ, take us out on a positive message for today. Go.
Positive messages today. Don't take anyone's action personal. Understand that people are going through things that you don't understand at that time, but we are all humans. You don't know. Like, for instance, one of my road rage things that I work on is like when somebody cuts you off, you don't know if they're in a hurry to get to somewhere. They don't know if somebody's dying, if someone's having a child, if their kid just got hurt. You don't know what's happening to that person. So just understand that other people are in different situations in life, and don't be so quick to judge, please. Even me, like, if you hear that I'm saying something and it affects somebody that you really love and look up to, well, then look into it, okay? And then after you look into it, if you feel like I'm wrong, come to me like a human. Come to me like an individual and say, MJ, I don't agree with you on this. And if you come to me like that, maybe I could see your point. Maybe MJ, could see, like, maybe I was wrong. Because guess what, guys? If it's one thing MJ is willing to do is accept when he's wrong. I'm really open to saying I should have never said that and I'm wrong. So if you could prove me otherwise on what I've said tonight, please do. Contact me. My DM's open. Even to you, Billy. Please reach out to me. Tell me how I'm wrong. And I would love to go from there. But at the end of the day, love who you love. Love yourself more than anything. Okay, before you love your favorite breeder, before you love your favorite fucking movie star, before you love your before you love your wife, love yourself. Love who you are. If you love who you are, life becomes easier. That's it.
Fuck yeah.
That's it.
That was good. Hell yeah.
I will see you at Arlington, Texas.
I'll be there. I'll be seeing you there, brother.
And and we're sexing and flexing all the time. That's all.
Fuck yeah. Thank you again, MJ. Go take care of your wife, bro. Congratulations on the house, the baby, the success in the hobby.
Yeah.
Don't ever change, bro.
Can I plug myself real quick before we leave?
Fuck
yeah, go ahead, bro.
Please follow me on Instagram, Trap Talk God 619. Follow the podcast's Instagram as well, Trap Talk Reptile Podcast on YouTube. Make sure you follow the Patreon. Go join the Patreon page. These two are part of the Patreon family. Come join the Patreon family if you want exclusive content. If you want to tap in with some loped out reptile keepers who are all about the longevity and about this shit, come join the Patreon family. And make sure you tap in Monday, New Breed on the Block series, and actually Sunday, 300th episode special with Brandon Van Asten. I love you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Hey, thank you so much for making me feel comfortable, making me feel wanted. You guys are amazing. And dude, get the likes up for these guys. Not only for this video, but if you're watching, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, notification, because these guys are it, man. And I fucks with my crew right here. Thank you so much, Ryan and Chris. Have a good night, man.
All right, good night, MJ.
Thank you, MJ.
He just left there, bro. I love that guy, but he's funny, bro. He's funny. I love him. I'm not gonna lie. That dude is real. He's real. But on that note, I'm also gonna take the time.
Hold on. Stop. Pause. Hold your thought. Real quick, just a quick update. I forgot to give in the updates. We'll give an ending update. The super dwarfs that I talked to MJ about, my Het G stripes, are coming out of quarantine tomorrow. Expect a video drop. Instagram, YouTube, if Chris remembers to fucking post it.
Hey, and who's tomorrow? Gary's Constrictors, right?
Yes, we have Gary's Constrictors coming back. This is not the final podcast. Catch us every Saturday, every Sunday. Shout out to the sponsors. Real quick, one time, Reptile Crew. Got the fucking most fire merch in the game. Only hat I trust to wrap this bald ass head of mine. And shout out to CMB Reptiles, speaking on that project. Shout out to Bill, Caleb, Dana, fam over there at CMB. What an opportunity. You're looking for some captive bred quality animals. Hit my boys up. If you're not local, hit them up on Instagram. Follow the Morph Market. Everything's available online. And all
If
that.
you're looking for stickers, hit me up.
If you're looking for barbecue sauce, if you're looking for grills, if you're looking for sandals, flip-flops, sneakers, shirts, hats,
You name it,
wallets,
we got
keys, Flexin Finessing store. Got it. Fuck
Oh my
Walmart.
God. All right.
Out.
And we out on that note. Love you guys. Y'all have a good night. And like MJ said, be yourselves. And on that note, good night.
We'll be right back.